102.5 KZOK. If you ever felt like that song feels like, well, a little bit of soul music, you might be right. They were apparently influenced by B.B. King and Al Green when writing it. That would be the Eagles one of these nights. 102.5 KZOK. Amanda J, and I am leaving the building because the morning show has invaded.
This traffic report is brought to you by Sherry's Restaurants. On I 5 northbound between South 38th Street and City Center, you're going to see some slow traffic. And on State Route 167 northbound, also seeing some slowdowns between Highway 161 and 8th Street. How many pancakes can you eat? Introducing Sherry's Endless Pancakes. Get all the fluffy buttermilk pancakes you like for just $6.99. Upgrade to a combo with eggs, bacon, or sausage, hash browns, and Sherry's Endless Pancakes for just $9.99. Visit Sherry's.com for a location near you. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
This is Tori with your weather report brought to you by Target Zero. Increasing showers are on the way. We'll be getting highs in the mid to upper 40s, and it's currently 46 downtown Seattle. Drunk you doesn't make good decisions, so make a plan and make a plan before you party and make sure to get home safe and sound. Let's reach our Target Zero goal together. Zero traffic deaths in your family, zero traffic deaths in our state. Now to Danny Bonaducci and Sarah on 102.5 KZOK.
You can't always get what you want. Oh, like this, man. It is 5:46. I'm Danny Bonaducci. This is KZOK. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fabulous. How are you?
I'm not as plaid as you are, that's for sure.
No, you're not.
That's a lot of bright red plaid, and your jacket's all pink.
But you're a cowgirl.
I am a cowgirl.
Yeah, I noticed that.
This
Why are
is,
you a cowgirl?
I don't know, because this is the shirt Amy put out for me. There's more cowgirl. I actually did notice this morning.
Oh, yeah.
But it's funny because I know I used to go to a place called Cowgirl Bar in New York City, but this is not it. Apparently, it's a
Santa Fe.
popular name for bars because it's a very similar logo.
Yeah, we have one, Cowgirls Inc., I think, is the one here in Pioneer Square.
Yeah.
Is the Cowgirls Inc. here? Is it geared toward cowgirls who like other cowgirls?
No.
See, the one in New York City, I think, is. Although I used to go there and drink all the time, but it was in New York City and in the 90s. I went everywhere to drink.
The one here, the girls tend to wear assless chaps.
Yeah, they're all assless.
Yeah,
With
and not
noth-
much else, really.
With nothing underneath.
Is that right?
Yes.
They dance on the bar.
They
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Or are you making that part up?
I rode
No.
the bull there, and I'm not using
There's a bull. This
that's
is
not a
Seattle.
euphemism.
Nobody has a bull in their bar in Seattle.
It's a mechanical bull. I rode it.
They have those in bars.
Yep.
In
Mechanical
Seattle.
bulls. I've not seen one in Seattle.
I've never seen them, but I've never been to the Cowgirl Bar that Sarah goes to.
Yeah, I
Although
think
I've
when I went
decided-
there, I was too busy staring at the
Paul, I'm going to need you to help me
bar.
out here. Have you ever noticed how Sarah just says, Paul and Danny, they're obsessed with this thing? That maybe we
I have
mentioned
noticed that.
once
Yeah.
at some point, and we just become obsessed with things.
Yeah.
Did you know Sarah's obsessed with mechanical bulls?
Oh,
is.
am I
Rides them
ever.
all the time, kind of makes some squeaky noises every now and again. It's crazy.
I love me a good mechanical bull.
So let me tell you this. I don't know why I sang You Can't Always Get What You Want, because I got exactly what I wanted. I may have gotten too much of what I wanted, but that isn't a song by the Stones. And that is, up until this morning, January was looming large, and it was going to come to an end. And my weight's still good, but I haven't been on the treadmill in a while. I haven't been eating just right. As long as I keep my weight down, what the hell else do I care? And then I thought, I should specifically stay healthy. Exercise, not a great way to lose weight. We learned that with these fine folks, Dr. Rocky. But it's good for you in 1,000 different ways. So I'm starting that up again this morning. Brought in just the right foods this morning. I'm all about it. But yesterday I had to clean out my fridge of stuff sugary sodas and things like that. And in the freezer was a box of frog's legs.
Yeah.
Like a dozen frog's legs. Now, I don't know if that's 6 pairs. I don't know what that is. But I had a dozen frog's legs. And frog legs make me very happy.
Mm-hmm.
Had them maybe 10 times in my life, maybe less, to seem like I'm all that excited about frog's legs.
You're obsessed with frogs.
I am obsessed. Oh, my God. You know what else I'm obsessed with? Because this one ththrew Amy. The Wendy's girl. Oh, but she's obsessed with the Wendy's girl.
Sure.
No, nobody did. Anyway, so I got the frog's legs out, and I'm spreading them out so I can season them. And it's a lot of frog's legs. Like at a restaurant, you'd get 3 as an appetizer and maybe 5 as a whole entree. And it'd be a lot of money. And I'm pretty excited. I got more frogs. Like, there are a bunch of frogs running around in wheelchairs right now. And running around might not be the right term.
No.
But so I'm not sauteing. I'm sprinkling salt and pepper and stuff on them. And Amy comes up and says, "Oh, wow, they look just like people." Well, they do, and that freaked me out so much. They look at
The
first,
little shoes they had on the feet, that was probably
well,
unnecessary.
that's exactly. By the way, I don't know when the last time you looked, they clipped the toes off. It looks like a shoe.
Yeah.
Looks like a little boot. And so I'm looking at them, and I was first going to tell you because I knew right then I got to tell you guys about the frog's legs, and I thought they look just like a guy who's about to go, some muscular guy who's going to go swimming in like a wetsuit.
Okay.
Hold it all tight.
Yeah.
Then I looked again. It looks way more like a guy who's about to go swimming and has no flesh. It looks like something you see in the doctor's office.
Yeah,
Aligning.
very muscular.
Yeah, very weird, very weird, very weird. So I said, I don't care. And I sauteed them and I cooked them and I wound them. I think 3 is the limit on frogs' legs to still be enjoying them.
Yeah.
A dozen? It's a lot of frogs'
Yeah.
legs. And when they cook, they do weird stuff. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered. They're laying out like little people. Their legs are down there. Their, I guess, hips are down there. And they look like the bottom half of little people. Around 3 or 4 minutes in, they curl their legs up.
Yeah.
Ew! And then the veins that I didn't even see before become all veiny and gross. And I thought, this is not as appetizing as I had hoped. And then they were still very yummy. But like I said, 3, it's one of those things where too much of a good thing. Although I've always thought that too much of a good thing is great. You know, that's a fine thing to have too
should
much of a
be.
good thing. Like money? Yeah, give me more.
Right.
I can handle. I have 9. Bill Gates, give me $9 more because it's more money. But
But you couldn't leave them in the fridge. You had to cook all of them because
Yeah.
you had to clean out everything because of this new
well,
leaf
also,
you're turning
I
over.
don't know how well things that look like people without skin on them re-cool. Like once they were defrosted, I thought they all got to go now.
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
you wanted to eat 12, or it didn't occur to you that 12 was too many to eat in one sitting of little.
It did not occur to
people?
me that 12's too many.
Okay.
Of the little skinless people. It did not occur to me. And it's just, you know what I mean? It's just too much after a while. Like, that's weird that you're eating frog's legs and that you're getting full.
And Amy didn't eat any.
No, because she's a punk.
Haven't you said that if you want to get past eating something, you gorge on it and get yourself sick of it? Like that, only eat whatever you want. How have you explained it? It's like the all pizza diet.
Yeah,
Eat
or-
nothing
Yeah.
but pizza.
Yeah, the one food diet. That was a craze in I think the 80s. It was a big craze. You know what the new craze is in
What's
dieting
that?
right now? If you're not smart enough to go with our sponsors, and the craze right now is time allotted eating. It was all over the news like for 3 days.
Where
last
you
week.
only eat a specific time of day?
No, you stop eating at a specific time of
Okay.
day. Like you can eat anything you want. Chocolate cake. You can be on
Between-
the chocolate cake diet.
Between 8 and 8:30 in the morning. Just
the
gorge.
one I registered was 4 in the afternoon. You had to
Oh,
stop
okay.
eating by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. My sister, well, she's very thin right now, to be honest with you, but she's been on a diet since I've known her. I've
Yeah.
known her since she was about 14. She's only a couple years older than me, but I didn't pay attention. But she's always been on a diet, and she was on a diet not that many years ago. And then she talked my brother John into doing it, and that was stop eating at 2. You have anything you want, but you got to
Whoa.
stop eating at 2.
Oh.
But yeah, that's what I
You
said.
must
Yeah.
be starving at night.
Yeah, people who are on diets, and Paul and I can both attend, will go the distance to,
Sure.
when I saw myself at 35 pounds and the goal was 40 pounds, like if I'd have gone to 30-10, got on the scale and gained 1 pound, I might have killed the witnesses. I know that seems extreme, but anyway. So I did too many frogs legs. And I've been thinking about, I haven't done my steps in a really long time.
Yeah.
So I thought, I took the stairs down yesterday to see how many steps that was from the 4th floor here. Not that many, almost not worth it. So this morning I drove in and decided I'm going to park on the bottom floor of this building. I'll take the elevator up because I'm not coming up 8 ramps or however deep this thing is that are uphill. Shine that. I'll take the elevator up, do this here show that you're listening to right now in the comfort of your own home or car or whatever you're doing. And then I'll walk down the stairs at the end of the show and then I'll kind of jog down the ramps.
Yeah.
That's not the way this building works. That's our old building. You know what this building does?
What?
It goes down 1 floor and then just gets huge because we share the parking lot with another building and another elevator, and I didn't want to go there because you can get totally lost.
Yeah.
So so today, since that won't work, I'm going to do all my walking backwards.
Doesn't that take steps away? That's what it did in Ferris
That's
Bueller's
Ferris
Day Off,
Bueller.
right?
If you put me up on a ramp and put a drill in any part of me and make it go backwards, I will lose step. But that was the thing I was going to do today because I'm going to get back and fit because I'm awful pretty. And I think
Yeah,
I
you
should be
are.
fit too and live a long time. That's the way I feel.
Yeah.
So if it's not walking down all 4 flights by stair and then running down ramps because the ramps wrecked it for me, so funny more. Today we'll be walking backwards. And I'm telling you, it's going to work. And it sounds a little like this.
2 men in their 20s were taken to the hospital yesterday afternoon after a reported shooting in the South Park neighborhood of Seattle. Officers responded after a witness called 911 saying he was approached by a man who had been shot in the leg on 10th Avenue South. When officers arrived, they found a second man who had been shot in the back. The 2 victims suffered serious but non-life-threatening injuries, were taken to Harborview.
Were those guys the worst shots in the world, or were the victims really lucky?
I think people don't realize that shooting your target's not that easy.
No, shooting, that's what I was saying. Shooting a target in the leg, very difficult. So I was wondering, is this an accident? Was he trying to shoot the guy in the head and he's just an awful shot and got him in the leg, or was he trying to shoot him in the leg?
I would imagine he was trying to shoot to kill. Men said they saw the car speed away following the shooting, and they are still looking for them and any more witnesses.
So remember that cop, and sometimes I feel like the word cop seems disrespectful. It certainly isn't. I don't mean it that way. Fine police officer yesterday shot a bad guy with a gun in the leg on purpose. Not bad, Quick Draw McGraw.
A new report has the numbers to back up what a lot of you already know. It's getting more and more expensive to live in the Puget Sound region. But the surprising part is the rental housing market in Tacoma and Pierce County are outpacing Seattle's market. A new report from Trulia shows the median price of rent rose almost 9% in Tacoma to a median of $1,785, so at a greater pace than Seattle. Trulia shows that Pierce County as a whole has seen dramatic increases in rent, especially in Tacoma, Gig Harbor, and DuPont. So,
Still significantly cheaper, just growing at a more rapid pace.
Yep, getting more expensive, faster, going up by bigger chunks. I don't know what the average rent is here in Seattle because the last time I checked, it has changed since then.
It's changed. Sometimes it's changed by the time the show's over.
Right. Exactly.
It's crazy here.
There has to be a cap, though, right? Eventually, people are going to say, I just won't pay that much to live in that town.
Well, what are they going to do? Move to San Francisco?
Yeah,
I guess pay twice that.
Right now, they're all moving to Pierce County.
Or
is
New
what they're
York
doing,
City. Yeah, they're out of their minds there. I watched a show. I used to watch a show, and then I got sick of it called New York $1 Million Listing.
Mm-hmm.
There's never $1 million listing. There's an $18 million listing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Who's doing that?
Sasquatch may or may not be roaming through the woods of Washington state, but a bill is trying to make Bigfoot one of the state symbols. State Senator Ann Rivers wants Bigfoot to be named our cryptid, which is an animal that hasn't been proven to exist.
Cryptid?
A cryptid.
A cryptid.
But it
Yeah.
also hasn't been disproven to exist.
Yeah,
It could be
exactly.
out there, right?
Well, I disagree vehemently. I think everybody's
Really?
crazy, but all right.
Whether you believe or not, Washington has the highest numbers of Bigfoot sightings in the country, and passing a bill would be a way, according to Ann Rivers, to recognize Sasquatch's contribution to our state and to preserve Bigfoot's legacy.
What's it done for our state?
People
I know a
move
couple
here.
Tourism,
bars
yeah.
named after
Tourism,
Big Feet.
yeah.
Tourism, there's
Music
probably
festival.
some money in people coming here to look for
You think
Bigfoot.
in the state of Washington that owns Seattle,
Yeah.
they're making enough money off lunatics going, hey, we were here in Saskatchewan or wherever the hell that place is, Tennessee. And let's go spend hundreds of dollars in Washington and change their corporate structure.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right.
All right, then.
Rivers has announced a new legislation that would create a Sasquatch license plate, and then revenues from those plates would go to park maintenance and improvements.
No,
I think a lot of people are going to buy them.
I don't care. No.
Why?
Because I'll play with it. I'll have a
Sasquatch?
Sasquatch. Yes. I'll have a Sasquatch keychain or a T-shirt or, if you think his feet are big, check out, something like that. But I'm not going to put on my license plate, which is federally regulated, like we officially believe and sanction Bigfoot. I don't like that part. I'll do all the other part. I'm playful. I'm a sweet guy. I'll go on a Bigfoot hunt as long as there's drugs and chicks and fighting. I don't know.
I don't think that's how they work.
Well,
no.
then forget it. I'm not going.
There's definitely not chicks, for
All right,
sure.
but I just don't think it should be sanctioned by real things like a license plate. It goes on a T-shirt, fine. License plate, nay.
In national and international news, a chartered Amtrak train carrying Republican members of Congress to a retreat hit a garbage truck on the tracks just
Check
west.
the irony there.
Yeah.
Bunch of Republicans hit a trash truck.
What's the punchline? 'Cause it sounds like the setup to a joke.
Yeah, but somebody was killed in
Oh,
this
that's not
accident,
funny.
So.
Thanks, Paul, for
Terrible,
that, you heartless bastard.
terrible punchline, Sarah.
A lot of people on board actually had medical training, and most everyone who was able rushed into action. There were several injuries.
Are these congressmen, senators, or both?
Congress, Republican members of Congress.
Because a lot of those guys are doctors.
Yes.
Which surprised me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of them were doctors. Rep. Roger Marshall of Kansas performed CPR on the truck's passenger, but that person could not be revived. They are still trying to investigate why this truck was on the tracks. Was it a stall? What happened? We don't know.
Trying to beat the train. I can't believe people still do that. Although I've done it, but not recently. Well, I think, have we all done it? Have you done it? You ever tried to beat a train?
Not in a car, but by foot, which is stupider.
Yeah, whatever. But we've tried to do it.
Amazon announced it's launching a new messaging feature for Alexa devices in the United States that would allow you to send text messages using your voice. So you would say, Alexa, send a message to Derek. Tell him to put the beer down. And she would then text Derek on my behalf using my voice and not having to ever pick up my phone.
The problem with that, as I see it, is when I do voice texts and don't check them immediately, I've sent something horrible and dirty and a sexual reference. Hey, Paul, it's me. Could you pick up something for the show? And by the way, I really like your butt in those pants. But I didn't say anything close to that.
Right.
So I don't know about telling Alexa and just trusting her. Maybe she'll read it back to you.
I think she probably does. Yeah, that's a good idea. Now, for those of you who have iPhones, unfortunately, it will not work for you. It is only for Android, but they might support that later on moving forward. But right now, if you have an Android phone, which is probably half of the population, is probably half iPhone, half Android, you will be able to send messages from Alexa, which is kind of cool technology.
I'm surprised they didn't have it already.
Yeah, that's actually a good point because I mean, it seems like Alexa can do everything else for you.
You talk to her, she understands you. It seems,
You guys are a
Easy
tough
lead.
room. They invented this, and 2 seconds later, you don't like it. I'm surprised this didn't happen yet.
No.
Who invented that wheel? My block was good.
But if you can say, Alexa, put on the Grateful Dead, why wouldn't she be able to send a text message?
Right.
Right.
And now she can.
And now she can.
And we're bored with it.
I just wanted to check Screech's net worth. That's all I care about.
That's all I do, man.
Very Canadian story making news.
Sorry.
A man and a woman allegedly fleeing a bank robbery were arrested in Boutouche, New Brunswick, after they decided to stop at a Tim Hortons on the way.
Well, you got to stop at Tim Hortons if you're in Canada.
You
I don't
can't
think you're
pass
even
by
in
it.
Canada if you haven't gone to Tim Hortons.
Right.
So they robbed the bank. Then they see a Tim Hortons drive-through, and it was like a compulsion. They pull over, like, yeah, we got to get some Timbits. We got to get some coffee.
Some
And-
Timbits?
Timbits,
That's a
donut
thing?
holes.
Wow. Timbits.
At least 6 police cars swooped in on the suspects before they even had a chance to place their order.
Was it a coincidence?
That the cops were there? No, they were chasing them.
They were
Paul?
at the donut store?
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, that is
I
the
get it.
entire police force of Canada, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a big country. I'm very
Yeah.
bad at Canada right now anyway.
Yeah.
They have 8 people. Why don't they just give us Canada?
Oh,
And
right.
we'll run it for it, and it'll be great. We'll give that handsome dude, Trudeau, a job.
I think that they feel they're doing all right.
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah.
I know how I know they're wrong. They're
What?
Canadians.
Orange, you glad you didn't have to clean up this mess? Police in Seville, Spain, arrested 5 people after a high-speed chase led to the discovery of something unusual in the car. It almost looked like a clown car scene. You know, when you open up the clown car and 50 clowns
Yeah.
get out?
I do know.
The entire car was jam-packed full of oranges. So they opened up the
Oh,
door.
aren't you glad you didn't have to clean up that? I get it. I didn't know what was happening.
Like up to the roof of the car. I don't understand how people were in this car because it's just crazy looking.
Yeah. It almost looks like that game or something that you would have at like a Chuck E. Cheese where it's a pit full of balls
Yeah.
and you jump in and play.
Except
Yeah.
oranges and filling up an entire Toyota Corolla or
Yeah.
whatever. it
Theoretically,
was.
oranges aren't covered with the filth and germs.
Yeah.
The pictures at KZOK.com, it looks like it's fake, but it's not. These guys stole 9,000 pounds of oranges and they were able to track down where they stole them from. Oranges are very popular in Seville. For some reason, they grow there, but now they are busted.
$1,000. Buy your own oranges, people. Don't steal them.
9,000 pounds of oranges in a car?
Yep.
Seems crazy.
The pictures are insane.
I want to see them.
Aren't you surprised?
Okay. The first time it was
wasn't
mildly
enough, 'cause
amusing.
Aren't you glad the thing?
Yeah.
But this time, aren't you surprised? Woo, comedy. It's like a comedy tree. It just keeps growing.
Welcome to our shoes. If the toilet had been on solid ground, it likely would have been fixed in a jiffy, but no. This was a toilet on an airplane that caused a huge flight disruption. The flight left from Oslo, Norway, headed to Munich, Germany. It was a plane carrying 85 plumbing tradesmen who were all employed by the same plumbing company. The toilet on the airplane broke. The entire airplane was full of plumbers. They had to turn the plane around and land because they didn't want somebody to fix the airplane's toilet.
I think that's a good call.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be mad if you were on that flight?
I'd be mad if I was on the flight and the toilet was broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they say, fix it. You're a plumber.
I don't think they're even in the same ballpark of you don't need a plumber. You need an aviation specialist that fixes toilets. Like, have you ever flushed a toilet on an airplane, Sarah?
I have.
All
believe
right,
it
are
or
you
not.
lucky it doesn't suck the clothes right off your body? That's not a normal plumbing thing.
Well, they landed. The problem was rectified back in Oslo without the help of the plumbers. And then they did land 3.5 hours later.
All right, because you wouldn't want to use the toilet if you're not rectified. That's what I say. Oh, you're right about those shoes.
The world's oldest man has died
Of course.
in the small Spanish village where he spent most of his 113 years.
Wow.
Francisco Nunez Oliveira was born in December of 1904.
My goodness. You know what I don't like about old people?
What's that?
Really old people,
Yeah.
like 113-year-old people go, oh my God, that is so old. This guy was born in, 19-something. It's not that
It
old.
should be the
You're supposed to be
1800s.
1800 still. You're supposed to, that guy's 100 and something. He actually witnessed the Civil War, World War I, World War II. This guy, nothing.
Yeah.
What do you get? The Depression. All right.
I don't think we have any evidence of somebody being alive born in the 1800s anymore.
No, I think it's
Not
over.
if- yeah, especially if that guy was the oldest.
Yeah,
This was-
right. That would make mathematical sense, Paul.
Well, there are some people who claim to be older, but there's no proof. There's some
Yeah.
guy in like Peru or somewhere in South or Central America who claims to be 130. There's no birth certificate, so nobody believes him.
I don't believe him.
I don't believe him.
I believe him.
But
I
this
do
guy,
believe Peru exists.
Yeah,
It's a real place.
this
Lima
guy,
being their capital.
I love their beans.
Me too.
this guy said that the
Are
secret
your
to
shoes?
his long life was working a lot and never being dull at home, but we do not have a cause of death.
Okay, if it's never being dull at home, I'm going to die this afternoon. I am the most boring man in the world when I get home.
We are now awaiting word on who the next person in line is. Who is the next world's oldest man? Because sometimes you have to go check.
Isn't some guy in Osaka or something crazy?
Oftentimes they are, but then sometimes the authorities will go and say, okay, I hear it's Jim in Osaka.
And
he
Jim's dead.
just died.
Yeah.
Saw off their leg and count the rings. Doesn't really work.
A manhunt is underway in Massachusetts for 3 men caught on surveillance trying to use a blowtorch to steal money from a car wash kiosk.
I totally blame Elon Musk,
Yeah.
whatever his name is.
Elon
Musk.
That guy.
Why?
No, I blame his cousin Elon.
Because of his flamethrower?
Because of his flamethrower, it's gone now. It's trendy.
Yeah.
Because by the way, so you've seen the flamethrower by Musk, right?
I have. Yeah. It looks
Would you? A
awesome.
guy comes up to you and he's got in his hand the flame. It's constantly a little flame, right?
I haven't actually seen it lit. I've only seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? He runs at the camera screaming. The cameraman runs away. It's all over the internet. But so I got the flamethrower.
Yeah.
And you have seen it.
I have. Yeah.
Okay. And I say, give me all your money. Would you?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a rifle to begin with.
I would so kick you in the nards immediately.
Really?
The thing goes about 2 feet. First of all, if you back up a step, it doesn't get you. It's not a real flamethrower. It's
I
a
guess
garden tool.
I haven't seen it with the flame on, so maybe that's not impressive. But just the thing looks dangerous, even
the thing
unlit.
looks like a space weapon.
Yeah,
And
it
he was
does,
trying
yeah.
to kill aliens.
Looks like the stormtrooper's
Yeah.
rifle.
This was just a blowtorch.
Totally
And
different then.
these criminals were trying to get the money that was inside of a car wash machine. How much money do you think is in one of those? Probably not a whole lot.
End
and
of a
then,
day, end of a sunny day, I'm going to go with $300.
well, it's Massachusetts in the middle of winter time.
Oh.
Then
Not
no
so
money at all. Plus, it's Massachusetts. There's just a bunch of filthy people anyway.
Turns out they were unsuccessful, and it had been a decent day, but the guys at the car wash said, we take the money out at the end of every shift.
Oh.
So as soon as the car wash is closed, we take the money out.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd have thought of that, but now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I'd have said, well, end of day, empty that thing. But why give one guy the responsibility for all the money instead of three guys for a third of the money? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. When you're racing to catch a flight, you may not be thinking about all the germs at the airport's self-check-in kiosk.
I am.
Are you aware
It is my
of this?
new thing, man. Remember, we all got really sick, and the only thing we had in common was everybody'd flown someplace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and I think you're the one that told me how to do this. I take that hand sanitizer and I wash the tray in front of me with it. I do everything. We'll see if I get sick again.
I do all that too, but something I don't do is the kiosk. When you get to the airport and you check in one of those little machines, turns out that is the most disgusting thing at an airport. They did some tests and found it was germier than a toilet by leaps and bounds. Wow. So they went in there with one of those swabs and swabbed everything all over the airport, and they said the bacteria and fungal cells, the colonies on the kiosks, were by huge proportions the most disgusting thing at the airport.
In houses, it used to be the telephone, and then that was replaced by the remote control.
Yeah.
Which I got to tell you,
Yeah.
at my house, it's totally. I don't know if there's germs, but there's mung. Yesterday I was eating my frog's legs with butter and garlic and everything, and
Yum.
there's no tool to eat those. You pick them up and you made horrible noises, and you jump right through bone and cartilage. That's how you eat frog's legs. And I didn't like what was on TV. So I grabbed the remote control and started
Right.
changing channels. And my remote control, by the time I was done, glistened
Ew.
with
Yeah.
butter and little chunks of garlic.
And
as
you did
well.
nothing about it.
I did. I washed it down, then my channels kept changing. Trying to go rub that thing down. Next thing I know, I'm on channel 387. I don't like that channel. Channel's stupid.
If you're wondering what else is gross at an airport, if you sit at one of those chairs outside the gate and they have armrests,
Right.
those are disgusting.
Gross.
The water fountain button is also disgusting, but that's in third place compared
Third
to
place.
everything
Oh,
else.
Goodness gracious.
They said if you compare it to a toilet, the numbers, it's something called a CFU, colony forming units. The kiosk has 250,000. The average home toilet has 172.
Ew. You know what the grossest
Ew.
thing on an airplane is?
You.
The chick wearing a onesie that goes to the bathroom.
Ew.
Ew.
You have to take your whole outfit off
Yeah.
and put it down around your ankle on the ground where there was some turbulence when I was going, lady. I'm sorry. I didn't know you'd be in there. But
Yeah.
that's gross. Don't wear onesies, ladies.
It's time for today's Things Are Not Right in Florida's Story of the Day.
Yay!
Well, some of you have thought about getting a passion when it comes to your sex life. You've talked
Oh,
about
yeah.
wanting a
fetish.
fetish.
Yeah, a fetish would be great.
Well, there's a man in Florida who has done this before, gets very excited at Burger King. He went to Burger King.
Who
and
doesn't
was-
get excited at Burger
I
King?
once got busy in a Burger King bathroom.
I've heard that.
Well, he was
That's
getting
Humpty
busy.
Dumpty wrote a song about my...
Still.
Humpty Hump.
He was getting busy by himself.
All right,
He
still
went
busy.
into Burger King. Everything was out.
It still counts.
Still, yeah.
Everything was out for everybody to see, and he was super happy to be there.
Oh, he wasn't in the Burger King bathroom.
No.
Just standing there in line.
Yes.
There's got to be some sort of rule against that,
Yes, there is, believe it or not.
even in Florida.
Even in Florida, they held the cops to the scene. He still had everything out for the world to see. He was still very happy and trying to take care of business. And they said he was intoxicated, was taken to jail for indecent exposure.
My goodness gracious. Yeah, fetish would be great, but I can't think. Everything seems stupid.
Probably not that.
I watched a couple minutes of one of the 50 Shades movies the other night, and everything seems so stupid. And they've done it in 3 other movies. You wouldn't be tired. All right, so Paul, you and I are lovers.
Yeah.
I handcuff you or restrain you in some way. I tie you up.
Wish you would.
And then I spank you just a little bit with a riding crop and call you naughty.
Yeah.
All right, so we liked that in 2007.
Right?
You're still tied up in 2018. I'm spanking you around, calling you naughty. Wouldn't you just go, this is stupid, untie
Yeah.
me?
You'd think we'd find something new.
I tied up a girl one time at her request, and the act itself Took a couple of minutes, and then I had to untie her, which was super difficult because I tied her up with silk ties, my boss's silk ties, and they tied tiny little knots, and it took forever to get, but I couldn't cut them because they were my boss's ties.
Wow.
Oh, Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Florida.
Kids should
You
not be
could do
listening.
that with your boss's ties, but you couldn't cut them. You couldn't bring yourself to cutting them.
You wouldn't know. You would know because I'd tell him immediately, here, your tie's back. And by the way, I tied up a girl with them at her request. Let me make that perfectly clear. But it still seems stupid. It seemed really dumb.
Yeah.
We need to take a break. When we come back, some big changes are in store for a big TV show.
Yay.
Safeco Field. Well, we'll see if you think it's a yay. Maybe you won't approve.
All right, I heard TV and got happy.
Safeco Field is going to look different this season. We will tell you why. And the boxing world is abuzz after a post from a modern great. Next in sports.
Wow.
In Renton on I-405 northbound at Sunset Boulevard, we do have some stop and go traffic due to a car partially blocking the ramp. And on I-5 northbound at 260th Street in Kent, we do have an accident there that is currently blocking the right lane, causing about a 10-minute delay. This traffic report was brought to you by Fred Meyer. Head to Fred Meyer to score big game day great savings, like large Haas avocados for just 97 cents each, and you'll find more big game savings on everything you need to feed your football fans. What's on your list today? I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
This is Tori with your weather report brought to you by Sherry's Restaurants. We're going to be getting some heavier rain showers coming in today. Highs in the upper 40s, and it's currently 46 downtown. How many pancakes can you eat? Introducing Sherry's Endless Pancakes. Get all the fluffy buttermilk pancakes you like for just $6.99. Upgrade to a combo with eggs, bacon, or sausage, hash browns, and Sherry's Endless Pancakes for just $9.99. Visit sherrys.com for a location near you. Now to Danny Bonaducci and Sarah on 102.5 KZOK.
Starting with some music news, Journey keyboardist Jonathan Cain will be releasing his memoir, Don't Stop Believin'. It will come out on May 1st. This is the first book he has written, and anybody in the band has written. He will be sharing his personal story and path to faith, as well as behind-the-scenes stories of his 36-year career with Journey.
So he's been with them since the very beginning.
Yeah, and he co-wrote Don't Stop Believin'.
So he's rich.
Faithfully, Who's Crying Now, Open Arms.
Yeah. This guy's very well off. But then his destination to faith.
Yeah.
Say super religious dude.
Well, in this book, in this memoir, he'll talk about growing up in Chicago and the lasting impact of surviving a horrific school fire that had a huge impact on his life. He then moved to Los Angeles, where he discovered the wild rock scene, and like most rock stars, turned to drugs. So, as you well know, Danny, a lot of people, when they find sobriety, find faith. Mm-hmm. And it does appear that he is one of those.
Good for him.
He met a woman named Paula White, who is a pastor, and he recently released a Christian album.
Pastor? I didn't even know she was going slow.
May 1st, Jonathan Cain of Journey.
Do we know if the rest of the band is happy about the book, okay with the book?
I don't know if you remember this, but he is the one who got into a verbal and social media argument.
A kerfuffle, if you will.
With Neil Schon of Journey, because Jonathan Cain is a Trump supporter and went to a Trump inauguration or party or something as Journey instead of as Jonathan Cain.
The guy by himself, did he play?
No, I think he was with the little Filipino kid who's in his 40s. I think the two of them went and said, Journey is supporting instead of
That's a
these
bad
two
mistake.
individuals. Yeah. So they got into a big fight.
Never. He's such a polarizing guy. I would never ever make that mistake. Let's assume that I'm for Trump. I wouldn't go, hey, the KZOK morning show, we're down with Trump. I mean, right? That's a stupid thing on his part.
Especially replacement guy and guy who apparently is very famous, though none of us would have known him by name. I don't think.
Yeah, be a big fan.
Yeah.
It's a Journey's behind Trump.
Right.
In entertainment news, 2 months after halting the production of House of Cards amid those accusations against Kevin Spacey, the series has resumed work on its 6th and final season. Netflix had previously announced that Kevin Spacey's character, Frank Underwood, would be written out of the show, but now they have announced 2 famous names will be joining the cast: Diane Lane and Greg Kinnear.
Yay!
So Robin Wright is back. She's Claire Underwood, Kevin Spacey's wife on the show. She was already in the position to take the lead role this season, but he is now officially being written out. Everyone else is still going to be there, but those 2 very good actors.
I like both of them a lot.
Yeah.
Likewise. The CW has given a pilot order to reboot one of their most popular shows, Roswell. It ran in the late 90s to the early 2000s, and it was about New Mexico, the aliens landing in Roswell. And they decided it's been enough time, let's bring it back, rebooting one of their
Did you
own
ever see it,
shows.
Paul?
No, I never saw it.
Yeah, let's reboot shows that nobody I know saw. It's very odd. But I guess somebody saw it.
I watched it.
I've heard of it. I know that it was popular, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even hear of it, to be honest with you.
It was one of the first ones that really started to incorporate music in their dramas, and a lot of, they'll do that now with some of the shows like The Originals or The Vampire Diaries. What's the other big one on CW? The superhero.
Riverdale is one.
Arrow?
All of those. I mean, they're
If
really
you want to bring
big
back
with
a
music.
good alien show, bring back My Favorite Martian. That was a great show.
Was that a good one?
Yeah. Bill Bixby.
Or Mork and Mindy.
I
Mork and
hated
Mindy
Mork.
was
Well,
good.
no, I was young. I watched Mork and Mindy, but that character would just drive me crazy moving at 1,000 miles an hour.
And USA has renewed Suits for an 8th season, but they also announced the official departures of Meghan Markle and Patrick J. Adams.
Another super popular show that I've never even seen.
Yeah.
I've never even seen like
I
a-
would have
a
said it
clip
wasn't
of
even a real show. It's something somebody watches on some buried channel somewhere. It's a real show.
Yeah.
And it's doing well. Somebody's watching it.
Right.
I don't think a single person on this show is watching Suits, but an 8th season.
And now that Merkin
Yeah.
left, I think that nobody's going to care.
Markle.
Who's
She's-
Merkin?
Who?
Is there somebody on that show named Merkin?
Markle. What?
Are we all still talking about the Chancellor of Germany?
That's who I thought he was talking about. That's the
But who's she?
This is Meghan Markle, right?
Right?
Yes.
And who's the Chancellor of Germany?
Angela Merkel.
And who's Merkin?
I have no idea.
All right.
I know what a gherkin is.
You do?
Yeah. It's like a pickle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
season
I
7
don't know what a
will
merkin
resume.
is. What's a merkin?
A merkin is fake pubic hair.
Merkin. Like, yeah, America.
No.
Yeah, like bald eagles.
No.
America, yeah.
A Merkin.
Merkin.
A Merkin.
Yeah,
I
we're
believe
Merkin.
If
I'm
I'm not
Merkin.
mistaken.
He's messing with you,
If I'm
Danny.
not mistaken, I think a Merkin is a wig for your genitalia.
Oh, I don't.
Nope.
I didn't
No.
know that.
Nope.
What
Merkin is a smoked chili pepper used as a condiment.
Now, see, if
Well,
you,
what are you putting down
if
there,
you
man?
See, remember the other day I said sometimes Google is wrong?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
keep looking for what a Merkin is.
You are right. That is, and it's from the
Don't
old
wreck
days.
my time. Google's wrong. I'm
No,
right.
it's not thyme. It's merkin, and it's a chili pepper.
Would you care to explain to him?
No, I know what you're talking about, and you're probably right as well. But in Chile, it's a little different.
I don't know how he's spelling it,
What
but
the
it's
hell is
something they
happening
used
to him?
back in the way olden days.
Yeah.
Because if you had crabs, you had to shave. Yet,
Yeah.
if you shaved and showed up back then, they'd say, well, you're dirty.
Yeah,
So
right.
people would make wigs for their genitalia.
Oh, that's Merkin. I was doing
Yes.
Merken.
Oh,
My
that-
apologies.
I was doing Murican. Merkin. Yeah.
To be honest, I'm surprised that we are the only ones, you and I, Danny, who knew what that word was.
know.
I thought the perverts in the other room would have known for sure.
I think Tori's wearing one right now.
When did I become a pervert? Come on.
It's guilty
Really?
by
Really
association.
freaking out,
Hey.
pasty head?
2 men thought they had unearthed a stash of Roman gold coins.
Bitchin'.
And they were so excited. 50 gold coins. They had been looking in a field. They are some of those treasure hunters.
Right.
And they found the Roman gold, and they had already started planning on what they were going to do. I'm going to pay off my mortgage, take the trip of a lifetime. And they started showing everybody in the neighborhood, oh my gosh, look what we found in the field. Till one person said, this doesn't feel right. That's when they realized it was fake money that had been put there for the filming of a TV show.
Oh.
I'll bet I know what show. That Destination Unknown with that tall, big, redheaded guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's cute.
Yeah.
I think that guy. But in every single episode, it's a joke in my house. I don't watch the show, but if I'm going back to channels and I see that guy, we wait because he does this in every show. Ready? Wait, what's it? No, I see it. It's right there. Every episode. Genghis Khan's tomb, a hidden gold coin. He always, after 100 years of looking, he finds it every
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't realize that this area where they were had been used for the BBC show Detectorists. So we've got our own version of that here where people go out and they find buried treasure using metal detectors and stuff.
We do? That's a bitchin' show. I'm going to watch that show.
Do you know the show I'm talking about?
I don't. But is it also called Detectorists?
Yeah.
I don't believe it is called Detectorists.
It should.
Yeah, I like that title.
It's fun to say.
President Donald Trump reached an audience of 45.6 million people
It's a lot of people.
for his first State of the Union address. It is a lot of people. However, it's not as much as his predecessor. President
No,
Barack
he had the biggest.
No, I
It
have
was the
pictures of
most-
more people watching in
most
their own
attended,
homes.
The most viewed of all time.
President Barack Obama drew 48 million for his first State of the Union address back in 2010. So it was down, but
It's still pretty
had a
good
lot of
because you
people.
almost want to do the non-black president ratings. Because you get a black president for first time ever, Everybody's going to tune in and see what's going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the statistics on the one prior to that.
We got to cancel that rule where you can only serve 2 terms and let Obama run again.
Yeah.
I'd like to meet some Obama.
Well, at this rate, you could have President Trump for 3 terms. If
No, we don't
that's-
cancel it yet. That'd be crazy.
Hey, Danny, the boat show. You are headed there this Saturday.
I am the boat show. The boat show. Come and see the boat show.
You will be there from noon till 2. You will be joined by the KZOK street team hanging out at the Seattle Boat Show.
I will cornhole. Isn't that right?
You will play cornhole.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll play cornhole.
But if I get one in, didn't I cornhole?
I think so.
Yeah, all right. So come down with me and watch me cornhole.
There will be lots of games.
You can challenge me to a cornhole.
That's
I'll
true.
challenge you to a cornhole.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna watch cornholes.
Danny will be there for the First Mate tailgate. It's an afternoon
See?
of drinks, games, boats, and football. Gear up for the big game with a screening of the Hawks' 2014 championship win. The First Mate tailgate happening at the South Lake Union Marina, and admission is free. If you would like more details, KZOK.com.
Yeah, man.
Saturday.
Yeah. Sounds
Saturday.
like fun.
What time do you know?
Sports, noon to 2.
Noon to 2. Saturday. Cornhole.
Sports!
Sports.
Sports is brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys. If you're facing a DUI, call 1-800-DUI-AWAY, 1-800-DUI-AWAY. College hoops. Last night, WSU was defeated by Arizona 100-72.
What?
Their
Is that a
next
real
game,
score?
Yeah. Sunday, Arizona State tip-off is at 1 o'clock. Tonight, the Huskies will face Arizona State with their tip-off 8 p.m. Safeco Field will look a little different this year as the Seattle Mariners will expand the protective netting around home plate. Team officials say starting this season, the nets will extend to the outside ends of both dugouts and reach a height of 11 feet above field level. Installation begins next month and will be ready by opening night on March 29th.
I think you're, unless you're willing to take one to the face, you're not a real fan.
Except when there's children involved.
Not real fan kids. I think.
Bunch of little posers these
Yeah.
kids are that aren't
Put on
willing
their
to get.
Mariners gear, but are they willing to take one to the head? No.
The net will be attached in the front dugout and it will be dyed green to reduce any visible impact for those sitting behind the nets. And they said this is all protective because of the tragedy of that poor girl at the Yankees game last year who was struck by a ball. It was tragic for
She's
her.
not dead, is she?
No, but
Oh.
she got
She got beamed, yeah.
messed up.
Yeah.
I saw my boss get hit in the face with a hockey puck one time.
Ow.
And it was
Wow.
a tremendous
Oof.
amount of blood.
Wow.
Thursday Night Football is changing networks once again. The NFL announced yesterday the package will go to Fox for the next 5 seasons. The contract will entitle Fox to broadcast 11 games on Thursdays each week. It's week 4 through 15th, and it's worth an average of $660 million per year.
Wow.
According to the president of Fox, NFL football continues to be the most valuable commodity in all of media. And I'll paraphrase, we are stoked that we got this because everybody and their grandmother wanted it. Also, in the world of sports, Leslie Jones is headed to the 2018 Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea, not as an athlete, but as a commentator. Now, you know her best from Saturday Night Live, as she is somebody who was playing, she's known for being a comedian, but she was watching the 2016 Olympics in Rio, and her tweets apparently had everybody roaring that she was super into it. So into it that they've hired her to go to the Olympics.
Who is she?
She is a woman of color who is a comedian from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, and she was in the remake of the Ghostbusters movie, right?
Yes, she
Is
was.
that her name?
Leslie Jones.
Lily Jones, yeah. She's like 6'4".
She's a tall
Neat.
woman. Yeah. She is 50 and she's already begun tweeting about the Pyeongchang Olympics, saying she's in training. So already being kind of funny.
Dude, have you looked at that lady? She could compete in a college. I wouldn't wrestle her.
No.
No.
Floyd Mayweather sent out something a little bit peculiar on social media. He posted a video. Now, Floyd Mayweather is technically retired.
Right.
He's 40. He posted a video of himself standing in an MMA cage to social media yesterday. Come at the king. You best not miss. Now everyone's thinking, what?
Everyone's thinking he's crazy,
Is he
right?
going to fight a child? A girl child?
Right.
A girl child under 11?
Now,
And I love. I mean, I don't like him personally, but he's the
Yeah.
best. That is that
At boxing.
Yes, I don't like the way he doesn't knock people out. I don't even think he fights, but he wins, and that's that. You can't take it away.
Yeah.
50-0. That's the best record in boxing, I believe. But you jump over to the MMA, and there's not a fighter in the MMA that wouldn't beat him.
Yeah.
well, then Dana White said.
I would imagine if you could grab him, Paul could beat him. And I'm not being facetious. I think get a hold of that dude, 146 pounds of that guy.
Yeah.
Smash him into bits.
Dana White said, "We are talking to Floyd about doing a UFC deal. It's real." He was talking about boxing Conor McGregor. Was it real? Have you heard Floyd talking about things that aren't real? He usually tips his hand when he's with the media. And
Well, when he said he didn't punch his wife in the face, that was not
That was
real
not
because
real,
he
yeah.
did and went to jail for it.
Oh, I want to see Hoppa Dave just destroy.
Papa Dave would kill him
Yeah.
dead. Kill him dead. And they're about the same weight, I think.
Yeah.
So that could be a fight.
Yeah,
I'll
May-
put up $50 million, but only if Hoppa Dave loses, because Hoppa Dave won't lose. He'll kill that guy.
Mayweather's only 5'8" and 150 pounds.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not as big as I thought he was.
And that's a look at sports brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys at 1-800-DUIOA.
This traffic report is brought to you by Target Zero. In Des Moines on I-5 southbound after 200th Street, the carpool lane is currently blocked, causing some minor delays. And over in Renton on I-405 northbound at Sunset Boulevard, seeing about a 15-minute delay there as well. Drunk you doesn't make good decisions, so make a plan before you party and make sure to get home safe and sound. Let's reach our Target Zero goal together. 0 traffic deaths in your family, 0 traffic deaths in our state. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
You have heard me talk about My Pillow. I talk about it so much. I love it so much that I've given it to everybody that I work with, even friends and family. I love My Pillow, and I know you will too. This pillow is so amazing. It keeps its shape, so you don't have to wake up in the middle of the night and like punch it and fluff it and try to get it back to supporting your head. It stays that way. And you know what? If you were thinking about trying a My Pillow, but you're not really sure, it comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it, and if you don't like it, you can return it. Plus, MyPillow has a 10-year warranty. I'm going to bet that the pillow you currently have did not come with a 10-year warranty. I'm also going to bet that your pillow is sad and saggy, because if you don't have a MyPillow, that's what happens to them. They've got a really nice deal right now. If you want to take advantage of the 4-pack special, you just use my promo code KZOK. You get 2 MyPillow premiums and then 2 of the Go Anywhere MyPillow for half off. You just need to use that promo code KZOK. Call 800-304-4756, 800-304-4756, or mypillow.com with promo code KZOK.
It is 7 o'clock in the morning, and I would like to invite you to stay for the entire show, really. As a matter of fact, all day long. Steve Slayton's going to be here in a little bit. Spike's going to come in after that. But if you hang in for the next 20 minutes, you can play the listener joke off and win a pair of tickets to see Gabriel Iglesias. I think some people know him better as Fluffy. I don't know. Very, very funny guy, and he's playing at the Washington State Fair. So 7:20, call up, brief joke, real quick, win tickets.
Once again, doctors are recommending 5 full servings of fruits and vegetables every day.
Crazy.
I was talking to my husband about this last night because we have a super high-powered blender. I think technically it's called a blender, but it's from Montel Williams, and it will like purify anything. So
it
you can
breaks down the cellular walls of the vegetable,
yes.
right?
Is that what it says that it does?
Yeah,
Wow.
I've seen Montel pitching that.
It's a great blender, or I don't
I
even
thought
know
he
if
just
that's
held
the right
it
word
and
is.
shook a lot. Apparently that's not what he does.
No, he's completely cured now from this blender.
Is that right?
That's what he says. He says that it's provided all the health benefits that he's needed
That he's
to get off
done
like,
with MS?
pharmaceuticals. That he doesn't take
He doesn't take
medicine for
Wow,
treatment.
That's
that he
great. I don't
just
know
takes
that. I know
fruits and
Montel
vegetables.
pretty well, to be honest with you. And I would have never known him to make a false claim. So that's kind of bitching.
Well, Matt worked with Montel for a long time, so they are tight. But he gave him this blender, and we were a little skeptical on it. And I've started
oh,
trying.
when you say it's from Montel Williams, you mean literally?
Yes.
Neat.
Yeah.
He didn't buy it off the infomercial.
No.
He
No,
brought it to
Montel
your
gave it,
house.
so here's a
Montel gave
blender.
it to Matt.
It'll get rid of your MS there, Matt.
So doctors are saying eat 5 full servings of fruits and vegetables. So I'm trying to make smoothies. I'm
Right.
putting in like frozen mangoes and blueberries, and then as much spinach. I'm still not getting 5 servings.
That's a crazy
How do people do
recommendation.
it?
I don't know.
I mean, I think about that guy who we were talking about from Seattle says he is going to run 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 days. I don't know how people can actually accomplish 1 marathon.
No, me either. It's 26 miles. That's craziness.
Seems impossible.
Even being chased, I'll stop and go, let's fight it out.
Right.
But I think this happens a lot on a daily basis. You think, like, I know people are supposed to do that, but people can actually accomplish that?
I'll give you one. Maybe it's not quite as dramatic, but I was thinking about this recently, and I'm going to go with paint the bathroom with any level of success. I have dated 2 or 3 girls in my lifetime. I said, what are you doing right now? I'm going to paint the bathroom. I think that's great. And you go over and they've painted the bathroom. It looks great. You ever seen a bathroom that Bonducci painted? It looks like some sort of modern art experiment. The tape, you put the frog tape down and the thing, and it looks stupid. So I'm going to believe there's 7 marathons and 7 continents in 7 seconds, or painting your bathroom so that it looks nice.
Okay,
Both seem
something-
equally impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something I'm really surprised people can actually accomplish. Giving birth. That does not look easy.
No.
Well, no, I'm confident it's not. to be
No.
honest with you. You know, my sister-in-law did it with no drugs of any kind, and I respect her less for
Paul's
it.
Yeah?
wife did it that way.
I
She
respect
did.
Holiday less.
Yeah. And she was back to work in the fields that afternoon.
See, well, then that I respect.
Well, you guys listening, what is something you're surprised people can actually accomplish? You can join the conversation by calling 800-252-1025.
So a guy is going to run 7 marathons on 7 continents within 7 days. Is that the thing?
From Seattle, yeah.
It seems like there should be 2 questions here. One, why is that guy allowed to walk on the face of this earth? And 2 is there stuff that you just can't believe people can accomplish? Join us at 1-800-252-1025.
Yeah, I mean, when doctors say eat 5 full servings of fruits and vegetables every day,
Right.
do they actually accomplish that?
No, I don't think anybody. I think gorillas accomplish that.
I think maybe you do it like, oh, I got it that day, but not every day.
No,
And not even
because
close to every day.
A serving's a lot, too, as I understand it.
Yeah.
So what is something you are surprised people can actually accomplish? That's the question we're asking at 800-252-1025. Let's go to Jared in Federal Way.
Hiya, Jared.
Hey, good morning. It's an honor to be talking to you guys this morning.
Well, it's our pleasure. What's happening?
Well, for about, I don't know, a good 7-8 years, I was drinking a fifth a day and just going to get sober. Went down to Chick-fil-A, spent 2 weeks there, and it's been about a year and a half, hadn't had a drink since. So I'm just kind of always impressed and amazed with people who are able to get sober after, something crazy like that for a lifetime.
Well,
Yeah.
A, thank you. But B, I got to tell you, and just a quick off note, I think about drinking every day, several times a day. And I have heard that at Chick-fil-A, they completely get rid of your cravings. Are your cravings for alcohol gone?
Yeah, for the most part.
Wow.
I mean, they really put you through hell to
I
get
know what
rid
they
of it.
do. Yeah. Because I was thinking about going there, even though I've been sober now almost 7 years. I just think about it too much. And if
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A could take that away, I would do it. Thank you very much for the call. I appreciate it, Jared.
And congratulations to you, Jared.
Yeah.
Stick with it, man. Bill in Lakewood, what is something you are surprised people can actually accomplish?
Actually, I just wanted to piggyback on your last caller. Yes, it does work, Danny. It does keep you.
You've
from
been through
thinking about
Chick-fil-A
it.
as well?
I have. Yes,
As sponsors,
I have.
they should pay more for this segment.
So, Bill, you have found after Chick-fil-A you are not craving alcohol. You've accomplished that.
Not at all. Not at all. I watch beer commercials all the time during football season and whatever. Don't miss it a bit.
That's
Well,
amazing.
yeah,
It is
because
rough,
I'll
but,
tell you this. Here's where Bill and I differ. First, I'm prettier. Second, is I hang out in bars all the time, whether it's for the radio station, my wife drinks, and I get through it, but all I do is think about it. So I may check this Chick-fil-A out again, even though I'm sober. I'll bet they'll still take me. What else you got there, Bill?
So anyway, people who go back to school after, like I went back to school after I retired from the military and got an associate's degree, and I'm still working towards a degree.
Good for
but,
you, man.
That's awesome, because I told my niece she was going to take a year off, and I said, you'll never go back. People say they'll do it, but they
hard.
they don't go back. And she took me at my word and didn't take the year off, and she'll be a doctor in 2 more years.
Nice. I was thinking about a lot of people who, when you go back to school, you're surprised to see people of all ages there. When I went for my graduate degree, I went right after college, and there were full-fledged working adults, people with
Yeah.
families. It's impressive that people are actually able to accomplish that.
It's hard even when you're a young person, like to imagine that people go there and they finish and get their degree. Like I know I was there for 5 years and got a 2-year degree because there's just too much more fun stuff to do at college.
Well,
than
then I'll
go to classes.
add getting a high school diploma.
Yeah.
I lived on my own, and it was the hardest thing to get there every day. So when your mom's sitting there screaming at you, go to school, you should listen to her, because that's a bitch.
That $1,000 could make it easier for you to accomplish whatever it is you think you need to accomplish.
That's true. That's a lot of fruits and vegetables right there.
Yeah.
Damn right.
What is something you're surprised people can actually accomplish? That's what we're talking about at 800-252-1025. Good morning to Rob in Covington.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, good morning, you guys.
What do you mean, you guys?
I don't know. Can he reinvent? All right, what do you got for us?
Okay, so for a band that can play on stage what they recorded on their media, for them to reproduce that to sound similar or like on the recorded media.
I'm not 100% sure what you're saying. I think I know what you're saying, but is he saying it right?
Well, Rob is right and wrong. There are a lot of bands who try to recreate and it doesn't work. You go see them live and they're awful.
Right.
And it's amazing when you go see an accomplished band and it sounds just like the record. They're
Yes,
that
it is.
good.
But what does that have to do with playing recorded music?
No, like when you show up to see a band and they sound just as
Just
good
like
as they
the album.
sounded on the
You know
album.
who does that I've seen that's coming to town, unless I missed it already? The Doobie Brothers.
They're
Oh,
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's impressive because a lot of times you go, wow, this sounded a lot better.
And
Yep.
they don't
Yeah.
smoke doobies, and they're not really brothers. So
Right.
it's amazing that any of that works out.
What is something you're surprised that people can actually accomplish, Anya in Lacey?
Hey, Anya, what's up?
Hey, not much. What's going on?
I haven't seen you. Last place I saw you was Tacoma, right?
Oh, Lacey. Oh, yeah, Tacoma. Sorry.
All right,
that's
so what do you
right.
got for us?
Okay, well, I used to date a guy who was in the U.S. Air Force, and he worked, he's a senior master sergeant loadmaster, and they did the Operation Deep Freeze and landed in the Antarctica with a C-17, and that's pretty amazing, I think.
Yeah.
That is fairly amazing.
Just going to Antarctica.
What do you do when you get there? There's nothing there. There's one other poor Russian guy that he has to be posted there.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing to think that people can actually accomplish landing those fighter jets on the big
Aircraft carrier.
That's a great one.
And then it's all exact and precise. It doesn't seem like it would be that easy to do.
I'm
Doris,
guessing it's not easy to do.
They
If it was
make it
easy,
look
everybody
easy.
would do it.
Yeah.
Doris in Spanaway, what is something you're surprised people can actually accomplish?
I work with special needs kids, and I witness every day surprises.
Like how to use
Are
the
you
phone?
still there, Doris?
Nah, we
Doris.
lost
Well, you know what I was getting. I think what she was going for was every day they advance so much, they try so hard. That's what I'm getting. I don't know
Yeah.
what she actually.
Sorry, Doris. I think we lost you there.
I blame you, Doris.
Rob in Lacey, what are you surprised people can actually get accomplished?
Quitting smoking.
Yep, that's a one. How long you been smoke free?
4.5 years now.
And
you.
was it like the hardest thing you ever did?
In some ways, yes, and some ways, no.
Well, I'm going to go with the some ways yes, because it was by far the hardest thing I ever did.
It's tough.
Harder than not drinking. Now that it's been 7 years, I think smoking sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But drinking sounds awesome.
Well, Paul, how long did it take you to quit? How many times did you stop and start?
Several times, and it's tough, and now it's been 7 years for me as well. But I still every now and again, Derek goes out for a smoke,
When
and
I
I go,
see that little
man,
bastard outside smoking, I think
Yeah.
I'm just going to go and borrow
yeah,
one. It
I'm
can't
just gonna
kill
bum
me.
a smoke off.
I haven't had a smoke in like 2.5 hours. I'm doing really good.
You're doing good, man. I root for you.
Is there something else, Paul, that you think of that you're surprised people can actually accomplish?
Being vegetarian or vegan, I guess I could understand it if you never knew that there was meat, but if you never saw a steak
Or-
or bacon or tasted.
Remember, half the cream-filled yumminess has got some animal protein,
Right.
animal product. It's not even just meat. You can't have a Twinkie because you're a vegan.
Exactly.
Why be a vegan?
I'm with Paul. I don't understand how somebody could be vegan, not vegetarian, because
And you're close because you're a pescatarian, too, so you get to eat some of the best things on the planet.
I can eat anything I want. It's not that I get
right.
to, but I choose not to eat meat because I find it gross.
Because it collects in your colon.
No.
No?
Well, I wouldn't eat it
collects
after
in
that either.
It collects in everybody else's colon. They say it's in there for 5 years. There's a thing I don't think people can accomplish. How do you really get 5 years worth of meat in your colon? And then how do you get rid of it?
Tori, what do you think is something you're surprised people can actually accomplish?
I think it's crazy that there are people who can write symphonies for a full orchestra,
She's right.
and then let alone Mozart who did it deaf.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think there's a chance you mean
Yeah,
Beethoven.
Beethoven.
That's okay.
Okay,
But
Either
you know what's
way.
cool
She's
about
right.
that?
But she's
he
right. It's
didn't
amazing.
hear you.
And Derek, what do you think?
Well, you guys all know I don't know how to swim, and I still have no idea how people float. I just assume everyone's like me, and you just sink as soon as you get in the water. But beyond that, I would say last year I started getting into boating and driving a boat, and I know Danny had trouble with this. How do you dock a boat
Oh my
and
God,
not
it's crazy.
destroy the dock or your boat?
Or your
Like,
neighbor's boat?
Anyone. The kids running around. How do you not just screw up everything? It's terrible.
I'm with Derek.
Who is letting Derek
Yeah.
behind the wheel of a boat?
With
Or
the
letting
kid.
kids running around near him.
Oh, hey, it is time for our listener joke off.
Listener joke off.
You could win pair of tickets to see comedian Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy, on September 22nd at the Washington State Fair. If you want to participate, you need to call us right now with your best quick joke. Call 800-252-1025. All week long, we are giving you a chance to win a pair of tickets to see Fluffy September 22nd at the Washington State Fair. You need to make us laugh, and if you can, you could be headed to the show. So we're going to hear your quick joke, then the room votes, and then the winner gets to go.
Oh, that's what happens.
Let's start with Bruce in Sumner.
Bruce in Sumner, what's up?
Hey, Danny, Sarah, how are you?
We're well, thank you. What's your joke?
Okay, it's why did the cowboy get a dachshund as a pet?
I don't know. Why did the cowboy get a dachshund as a pet?
Because somebody told him to get a long little doggy.
Not the end of the world. Get along, little doggy. Come on, get along, little doggy. I like it, Bruce.
All righty, Brandon in Seattle is going to try to make us laugh.
Hey, Brandon.
Good morning.
Good morning. Got a joke for us?
I do. Why do mice have small balls?
I don't know. Why do mice have small balls?
So that they can dance.
All right, I will accept. Sarah, you look perplexed.
I don't get it.
Because they're so close to the ground, and they got
small balls. Like you go to like a ball to dance in a ballroom.
You didn't get it either.
I thought they
Danny.
were dragging their.
They got to have little balls so all the little mice can get together and dance.
I
get
got to
it now.
demote Brandon by like 1 point.
Whew, all right, Lisa in Ording, it is your turn.
Hey, Lisa.
Good morning.
Morning. What do you got?
How do you make holy water?
I don't know. How do you make holy water?
You boil the hell out of it.
You boil the hell out of it. I like it. All right. These are nice. Are these out of that Highlights magazine?
Right.
All right.
Somebody's been to the dentist lately.
Luke in Historic Kent, it is your turn to tell the joke.
Did you hear about the man who went to see the psychiatrist naked?
No, I didn't. Tell me.
He walked in the door. The doctor said, "Stop right there. I can see your nuts from here."
Really?
Bill in Lakewood has one. You want to hear one more?
Yeah, I like my
All
friend
right.
Bill in Lakewood.
Okay, so 5 blondes are sitting at the bar drinking. Suddenly they stand up and they yell, 50 days! The bartender looks at them and says, "What are you celebrating, ladies?" And one of them says, "Well, we just finished the jigsaw puzzle. The box said 2 to 4 years, but we did it in 50 days.
Oh, that one got a cough. I will tell you that. All right, does everybody have their scorecards ready?
I got mine.
You got yours? You got yours?
yes,
All
we
right,
do.
on the slang on 4. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Bill.
Lisa.
Bill, yeah. We
You said
went,
Bill?
we went both
Majority
Bill, yeah.
wins.
You've been out of the loop like the last 2 times, sister.
I thought they were all pretty funny.
What one did you pick?
I picked Lisa. Which one was hers? Hers was the holy water.
Holy water.
No,
Yeah. Boil the hell out of it.
Here's some good jokes. I hope Jelly Bean's not listening. Everybody's stealing her material.
All right, Bill, you are the winner. You are going to see Gabriel Iglesias Fluffy September 22nd at the Washington State Fair. You'll pick up your tickets at the Jeep Winners window in our lobby. The rest of you get your jokes together because you've got one more chance to win tomorrow at 7:20.
This traffic report is brought to you by Staples. In Renton on 405 northbound between Highway 167 and the Coal Creek Parkway. Seeing some pretty bad traffic, about a 30-minute delay. And on I-5 northbound in Federal Way between 288th Street and South Center Parkway, looking at about a 20-minute delay there as well. Staples has low prices on the organizational solutions your business needs to clear the clutter and focus on the job at hand this year, like banker's boxes, file folders, and storage bins. Less mess equals more success. Visit staples.com for more. Staples, it's pro time. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
Love, it's a gift, and only one jeweler in town has the best romantic gifts to make this Valentine's Day truly unforgettable, and that place is Shane Company. You've only got 2 weeks left. Valentine's Day is just around the corner. You need to go visit the store in Linwood or stop in their website, shaneco.com. You're going to find something at every price point, and you're going to find in Shane Company, the styles are totally unique. They have their own designers, so you're going to find something really special. And did you know that only the world's most talented stone cutters can cut heart-shaped diamonds, rubies, sapphires with the perfect proportion? And those are just some of the things you're going to find at Shane Company. Beautiful necklaces. Oh my gosh, the earrings, they're so great. These heart-shaped stones are really beautiful, and they match them all by hand. Make this Valentine's Day special with visiting Shane Company. Also, when you go shop there, their salespeople don't work on commission, so they're going to help you find a gift that is perfect for you. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business, Shane Company.
This is Tori with your weather report brought to you by Fred Meyer. We're going to get some heavier rain showers coming in today. Highs in the mid to upper 40s, and it's currently 45 downtown Seattle. Head to Fred Meyer to score big game day great savings like large Hass avocados for just 97 cents each. And you'll find more big game savings on everything you need to feed your football fans. What's on your list today? Now back to Danny Bonaducci and Sarah on 102.5 KZOK.
Don't arrive uninformed. Just stay right here and get the big news of the day.
Some of the stories we'll be tackling. One of the leaders of the CDC has stepped down for a most unusual reason. The latest unusual act on an airplane. This one is brand new, and for once, booze was not involved. And what longtime bachelor finally ready to tie the knot? All next.
Oh, I almost fell over. Why? Because apparently I'm so unbalanced. Anyway, it's the big news of the day, and it's brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE or go online to goldbergjones.com.
Dr. Brenda Fitzgerald, the director of the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, has resigned after reports surfaced she traded tobacco stock while leading the agency tasked with reducing the use of tobacco. They have accepted her resignation. They said that she had been advocating quitting smoking. Very important that you quit smoking. One of the big focuses of the CDC is to prevent smoking-related diseases and deaths. And then word came out that she had been trading tobacco stock.
Like she had purchased tobacco stock?
Yep.
Did she know?
That she had tobacco stock?
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Because
right.
I have stocks and bonds. I don't know what ones I got.
Right.
I got a guy. I give him like $3 a trade or whatever. I got a guy that does that.
But also, she was doing her job and telling people not to smoke,
Right.
despite the fact that it was financially not a good idea for her.
I think she should be canonized.
Yeah, she should get a medal.
I one time gave a...
Somebody should at least buy her a pack of smokes.
I gave a lecture at a high school one time about saying no to drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was on a bunch of drugs at the time.
Right.
And so I told somebody about that later, and they yelled at me, and I said, you know what? It was still a good message.
It was.
They should quit drugs. I didn't say, hey, I'm on drugs and doing fine. I didn't say anything at all. I said, you should quit drugs. They're bad. That's what this lady did.
You should get a medal, too. Everybody should get a medal.
Well, I mean, I guess, so, Danny, you're sober, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you advocate sobriety. It would be then a little two-faced, I guess, if you then bought stock in Budweiser.
I don't see it. I mean, I can see how somebody would see it. I don't see it.
Yeah, it would be weird if, it would be bad if her job was to make people quit smoking. She bought stock in Marlboro, and then she stopped telling people to quit smoking. She said, kids, you know what? It turns out we did some more studies,
Or quit
and smoking's
smoking,
better.
Except for Marlboro, which turned out to be good for you.
Right, yeah.
That would be bad.
Yeah, she gets a medal. But
Police
she
have
quit the
arrested-
job.
But silver.
Yeah, well, bronze even.
Yeah, no gold.
Police have arrested 6 people in connection to an elaborate plot to smuggle gold into Japan and avoid paying taxes. These 6 suspects were taken into custody after 5 gold bars worth over $200,000 were discovered under a panel in the back of a toilet on an airplane. So in an airplane's bathroom.
And I think, believe it or not, they're cutesy little bars. The kind of bars that you see in your imagination when you think bar of gold and they stack up.
the big ones.
They like a small loaf of bread. Those are $500,000 now.
Wow.
So these were cute little bars.
Well, the plan was a bunch of people get on the plane. They hide the gold bars in the bathroom. They deplane. Then the plane, so say it goes from point A to point B. It lands in Japan, which is point B. They get off the plane. New people get on that plane. And then it's a domestic route, Japan to Japan. They get the gold and don't have to go through immigration and don't pay taxes. So it was a pretty elaborate scheme to smuggle gold and not pay taxes on it. They got busted. They believe that this is actually part of a pretty big gold smuggling ring.
Yakuza.
And that this was just 6 people who got busted, but it's
tip of the
probably
gold
pretty
bar.
huge. I don't know how they got busted. I think somebody noticed a panel was loose in the bathroom and then looked and were like, oh, look at all those gold bars back there.
Wow. And the gold purchasing rules are very weird. I bought some gold, I don't know, about 15 years ago or so. They're $400 a coin, and I bought 10 coins. So $4,000. I sold a car, and I bought 10 gold coins with them. And apparently, if you buy under $5,000 from these little stores that say we buy gold, Bellevue Rare Coins, maybe. I don't know what the rules are here in Washington. But if you buy under $5,000, nobody even reports it. Nobody knows you've got it. They just sell it to you, put it in your pocket, and you go home.
Yeah.
Which then you can do, and you shouldn't. You can just go up the street to all the different gold stores and sell and or buy gold all day long and not report it. You shouldn't, but you can.
Right. The rules just tend to be totally different when you're going from country to country. You know, if you went and bought all that stuff from Bellevue Rare Coins and then tried to go into Asia, you would have to declare it and then pay taxes.
And they got a big smuggling problem going on in
Yeah.
India right now with gold.
Well, the serial stowaway is back in the news. This is the woman who can't stop sneaking onto airplanes without a boarding pass.
And they've tried to give her mental help.
Well, that's why she's back in the news. Marilyn Hartman, age 66, was in court yesterday, and the prosecutors asked a judge if they could evaluate her sanity and mental fitness to stand trial. They said, we need to give her an evaluation. She freaked out. No, I don't. I don't need to have my fitness evaluated. I am sane. And the judge said, lady, sit down. She was wearing her jail uniform, an oversized jacket, and the judge said, you're not getting out this time. She's still behind bars.
Good.
No bail.
I mean, my thought is you should put her down, but that's why I'm not in charge, you know, because I've had enough of this lady. Right. And I realize my shortcomings, and that's why I should not be in charge, because I'd be done with this lady. Everybody would go, what happened to that lady? And they'd say, oh, well, Danny's king.
Yeah.
But I've had enough of her.
Well, I think at this point, everybody has. Imagine if you work
I don't know. I'm a fan. It's interesting.
It's interesting.
And the fact that she's good enough to get past security and to get, it's a little scary to think about it, that there's possibly other people with bad intent that can do the same thing. But this lady, I think it's fun.
But we've now reported on her getting caught more times than we've reported on her getting away. She's not that interesting to watch anymore.
I don't think we know the times that she gets through. And most times she gets through all the way to her destination.
Yeah. The
and
last
then
time
gets
she
caught.
got all the way through, it was international, which is super scary.
Yeah.
She made it to London. Wedding bells will be ringing for Drew Carey.
Really?
The actor and comedian is engaged to Dr. Amy Harwick. He is now 59 years old.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either. He looks fantastic. She is 36. They've been dating since the summer. He has never been married before. He was retired. He was engaged for a long time, never got married. So this will be a first for him. She is a doctor who has a sexual self-awareness book titled The New Sex Bible for Women. She has a master's in marriage and family therapy.
All right.
Yeah.
It's
going to be interesting marriage for him. Dating a marriage therapist, a marriage counselor.
Yeah, but she's also got a degree in sex, doesn't she? Yeah.
I think wasn't it you who said that he's got like the world's largest porn collection
It
or
was
something?
me that said that. That's what he says. And I've not seen all his porn, but I've seen some. And it's a vast collection.
Pretty amazing. Well, congratulations, Drew Carey, getting married for the first time at 59 years old.
Congratulations there, Drew.
To someone he's known for less than a year. That's the big news of the day, and it's brought to you by Goldberg Jones. Divorce for Men at 1-800-DIVORCE or online at goldbergjones.com.
You know what I'm going to say now. Don't go anywhere. Coming right up at Sarah's Filthy Forecast.
It's Sarah with your filthy forecast. It has been, oh, so wet and so many clouds. Most of us couldn't see the full moon. At least not the one up in the sky. More rain, just 46 today. It's 80 degrees in Brazil. I bet that's something you dream about. And some of you dream about seeing my neighbor Vanessa's Brazilian wax. That,
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, most of the time.
it is something to behold. Bonita. Speaking of holding, I'll put 2 hands around the next forecast. Don't make me do it alone. The best weather front in Seattle. I'm Sarah.
I was comfortable with a lot of that, especially the part where she went, has been so wet. Like, what can I say? I have that effect. But then, bonita? Isn't that a stinky fish?
Beautiful in Portuguese.
Then okay, then I'm entirely okay with your entire forecast there. Oh, Sarah's a filthy forecast, and I will tell you this, there's more with Sarah. There's always something up with her beaver. Tomorrow, right around this same time, if you can tell us where Sarah's beaver's been, you're going to win a $50 gift card to Jimmy Mac's Roadhouse.
This traffic report is brought to you by Staples. Seeing some pretty long delays on I-5 southbound in Linwood as you make your way from Alderwood Mall Parkway all the way through down to the convention center. That's looking about a 45-minute delay. And on I-405 southbound, also some bad traffic between Filbert Road and all the way down through to 85th Street. About a 35-minute delay in that area. Staples has low prices on the organizational solutions your business needs to clear the clutter and focus on the job at hand this year, like banker's boxes, file folders, and storage bins. Less mess equals more success. Visit Staples.com for more. Staples, it's pro time. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
You've heard me talk about My Pillow. I've been sleeping on a My Pillow for over a year now, and I didn't really think I needed to change my pillow. I always slept on a down pillow, and I thought that's what people did. And somebody said, "You need to try a My Pillow. It's going to change your life." And I was skeptical. I mean, it's a pillow, and it doesn't have down in it. But I figured, okay, I'll give it a shot. And guess what? It has changed my life. It has changed the way I sleep. I fall asleep faster. I stay asleep. And the biggest bonus to this pillow is it stays fluffed up. It stays cool. I don't have to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and flip the pillow anymore to the cool side. It stays fluffy and it stays cool. You're going to love My Pillow. They've got another great offer for you, the 4-pack special. 2 My Pillow premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere My Pillows, half price if you use my promo code KZOK. Call them at 800-304-4756, 800-304-4756, or go to mypillow.com and don't forget the promo code KZOK.
Some things are super cool and some things are free of charge, but rarely are they both things. I got both things for you right here. It's the iHeartRadio. It's making it your super weekend by letting you experience the benefits, my friends, of the iHeartRadio all access all weekend long, and it is free. You get to listen to millions of songs, albums, playlists, no cost. Download the app right now. Check it out. All access, free preview this weekend.
We had some sad news from the world of business that Harley Davidson has to close one of its plants due to slumping sales.
Yeah.
They are not selling enough. The marketplace has changed. And it's sad because Harley Davidson is an iconic American product. And you recognize the sound of the revving of the engine.
That's because it's trademarked,
Yeah.
believe it or not. Harley was able to trademark their sound.
Right.
They said that people are not buying bikes as much. You can get a lot of other bikes for less, and a lot of those other bikes are Japanese.
Yeah.
And it's just a bummer because it's such a piece of America, the Harley Davidson.
Yeah, absolutely. It is absolutely a piece of America.
And I know this is going to sound weird, but I was thinking about this when I forget where I was, some foreign country, because I'm trying to think, where the heck did I just go? I went to Australia and saw it, and then I went Greece, like wherever you go. Coca-Cola. Like,
oh, yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's in every single country around the world, but it's America.
It's ours. Yeah.
It's Merck and his apple pie. Speaking of which, apple pie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I asked a product or a brand that screams America, apple pie?
Sex wax.
Sex wax?
Yeah. It's for your surfboard.
Right, yeah.
But I don't think any other country would have come up with, hey, let's just put sex in the title for no good reason. That's an American thing to do.
Yeah.
So sex wax for your surfboard, completely American thing.
I think it's really interesting when you can go to another country and see something that is just so clearly American, and we've just taken over.
You know, and I can't imagine that it must just appear this way. You know what restaurant that screams America to me, and it doesn't when I'm here, I wouldn't think about it. But when I get to foreign countries and I always see Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
It seems to be, it seems more popular there than here.
Yeah, and it's also super weird to think that KFC isn't even owned by Americans.
It isn't?
No, it's owned by Yum Yum.
Who's
It
Yum
had,
Yum?
it had to have been American at one time, right?
Yeah.
When the
Sure,
Colonel owned
was
it, yeah.
American.
Yeah.
Who's Yum Yum?
Yum Yum is Japanese.
They own Colonel Sanders?
I'm pretty sure. I think they're Japanese.
Seems
Yum Yum?
unpaid, but they're definitely not an American company.
Not anymore.
I would have never guessed that.
Wow.
But, I mean, you're right, though. KFC and fried chicken just screams America. Whether
Yeah, I mean, you could scream it. You'd be wrong. You'd be that guy
Fried
screaming. Wow, I'm kind of upset a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Well, we'll ask you guys that question. What's a brand, a product that just screams America? What do you think? Call 800-252-1025.
So we were talking about, is there a product or a brand that screams America? And we went back and forth a little bit, but then Sarah said Coca-Cola, and that's your big winner right there. You know, I'd like to buy the world of Coke. All those commercials, they're everywhere. They even do. Have you ever been to a country where it says, why don't you have a drink with so-and-so and has their name on it? But like, there's wacky names in other countries. You know, how do you even fit the Spanish names? Where everybody's got 9 names. But anyway, the question to you guys is, what product or brand screams America? 1-800-252-1025.
What do you think, Heidi in historic Kent?
Levi's.
Yeah. I was looking down our phone line
Absolutely.
saying, yeah, no, rating the callers is probably rude of me. But yours was the first call I got to, and that was a huge, Levi Strauss.
Absolutely.
And did he not invent denim? It's not just the pants.
I think so.
He invented
I think you're right.
denim.
Yeah. But if you ever see somebody wearing Levi's and like a white T-shirt, like that just looks like America.
I saw Jennifer, who's the girl from Friends? They were on a break.
Aniston?
Jennifer Aniston. And I saw her walking up a canyon, a hike one day near my house in LA. And she was in jeans, like some hiking boots, and a white tank top. And I thought, that's America. You should put a poster. You should just have it say America above her head everywhere she goes.
Brian and Fife, what would you think is a product or brand that just screams America?
Microsoft and Apple Computer / iPhone.
Yeah. I think you were absolutely right on that. Although they're made in China, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I would still
Some of the
say he's
apples.
right. I would still say it's an apple.
Right.
But I like that he said both of them too, Apple and Microsoft, because they both are just so American despite being worldwide. Ken and where are you calling from? Seattle.
Right.
Hello, Ken.
Good morning, you people.
What do you mean, you people?
I've got 2 for you.
Good.
The first one's going to be the Chevrolet Corvette.
Yep.
And the second one, even though it's got Toyotas, the Toyota Camry, it's built in America anyway, is NASCAR.
I don't understand the quick walk through Camry.
I didn't either to get to NASCAR.
But he got to NASCAR. NASCAR totally screams America.
Yeah.
Not even my favorite parts of America, but America nonetheless.
Russ is calling from Lake Stevens. Tell us, what is a product or brand that just screams America?
I got to say Budweiser.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Didn't they actually change their name to America?
They did. It was so hokey.
Yeah, that didn't work.
I bought one.
Did you really?
I bought one. I bought one of those super tall boys. What are they, 24?
Yeah.
Huge can that said Murica on there. I was kind of proud.
You should be proud of that.
4th of July.
Now, you can also say Coors and their silver bullets. Very American with the Yeti 110 and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then you go, Coors. Isn't that guy's name Adolf? Yeah. That's not all that American, really.
Well, Budweiser is not a very
not
American name either, but
But
now they are.
Something about cracking open a Budweiser.
Something
over
about crack.
A holiday
Crack's a very
weekend.
American.
Very American thing, crack.
Tony is calling from Kapowsin. Good morning.
Good morning. Say, Hoppa Dave. No, wait, I got a different one. Remington, Winchester, and Colt.
Yeah.
All right.
I got a little excited about the gun.
All right. Finish this sentence for me. God made man.
Colt made them equal.
That's right. Very nicely done, my
I
friend.
almost worked for Colt. When I was living in Hartford, they were based there, and I almost went to work for them. I would be working at trade shows selling guns to people.
Neat.
And then they decided to leave out of Connecticut.
Bastards.
Let's talk with Ray in Tacoma.
Hiya, Ray.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
After I put on my Levi's in the morning, I go outside and get a craftsman tool and work on my car, and the craftsman tool, they'll always replace those guys if you ever break one, but I've never had to.
You know, my friend, if you'd have just grabbed a bud on your way out, you'd have had the trifecta of a Murray. But yeah, that's like craftsman tool. That's totally right. Now that's a thing, because now you wonder what companies are really American, and I don't know about Craftsman, but it screams American nonetheless.
That and John Deere.
Yeah. Do you know one of Kenny Chesney? He's probably the biggest country singer right now. One of his first big hits was "She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy."
Right. Yeah.
What part of the country is that a real thing?
Paul's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Macy calling from Marble Mount.
Hey, Macy.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Okay, you're adorable. I don't know what else is happening in your life, but you're a cutie patootie.
Macy's very excited.
Tommy Hilfiger.
Tommy Hilfiger is a very well-known American designer who has long made red, white, and blue clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
But-
Levi Strauss.
But isn't he a known racist?
Oh, I've
think
not
so.
heard that about Tommy Hilfiger.
Why?
Really? I don't know. I could be making this up, and that'd be bad of me. Why would I do that? Derek? Oh, he's on the phone and stuff. Yeah, I think if you Google Tommy Hilfiger racist, some really bad things that guy, he apologized a lot.
Some people might say then he is all American.
Ooh, very good point. I wouldn't make that
I
point.
hate
It's a
to say
good
that.
point, yeah.
There were rumors of him saying racist things in 1996.
And also to Oprah, right to her face. You don't have to look them all up, Paul.
Yeah.
I said it. It must be right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Randy in Newcastle, another product or brand that screams America.
Hey, folks.
Hey, Randy.
Hello, Randy.
How's it going?
It's going well. Thank you. What do you
Hey,
got?
I happen to own one, but I think Henry Ford and the Ford Motor Company.
Yeah.
I agree with the Ford Motor Company. I do not agree with Henry Ford.
Because he was a racist.
Racist, yes. Were you kidding?
No.
Yeah, he's a Nazi sympathizer.
Yeah.
So I'll go with this car company and inventing the assembly line and all that stuff, but I can't induct him to the All-American Hall of Fame.
What about Trumpet Dave and Milton?
I'd have to say the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Ugh, he's so right, and it makes me
You're
nauseous.
so right.
Reality
And their
TV in
faces
general.
And their lips
Yeah.
and their eyes. No, you're totally right, Trumpet Dave.
If you just turned that on and kept the volume down in anywhere, you could go to the middle of nowhere in Peru and turn on that show, you would know it was America.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they don't do that anywhere else. Although I saw a weird thing, but it was just like 10 people. They started a cult in Afghanistan. And to be a woman in the cult, you have to have white, blonde hair, gigantic, ridiculous lips, and a facelift, even if you're only 22.
Okay, that's
Just
weird.
saw it.
You watch weird shows.
I watch all shows.
Isn't that one of the Kardashian shows?
Yeah, very much. No, that was a good call, man.
Erica in Linwood, what is a product or brand that screams America?
Morning. Marlboro cigarettes.
Yeah.
The Marlboro Man?
remember
Yeah,
my
the
mom
Marlboro
smoking
Man who
them
is
when I was
dead
He was handsome.
when he wasn't hooked up to his oxygen tank.
It's so crazy to think because a lot of people are too young, but the fact that you used to go to the doctor, and you'll see this in old movies, you go to the doctor and the doctor was smoking.
Yeah, in his office. Yeah.
Like you're having an operation and there's a doctor smoking.
My principal in elementary school, Dr. Arnett, he's only Mr. Arnett when this happened, but he'd smoke in his office, and when a kid would come in, he'd open the window.
That's crazy.
And the doctors they'd advertise that, 7 out of 10 doctors prefer Pall
Marlboro.
Mall or whatever.
Yeah. Dave in Federal Way, good morning.
Half a day from Guam, guys. Good
Hey, buddy,
morning.
what do you got for us?
Hey, what screams America to me is Guam, USA. They're a day ahead of us, and their slogan goes by "Where America's day begins." Yeehaw!
They really say yeehaw at the end
I
of the
don't know if
slogan?
they say yeah, but I do believe that that's where they
He's
say
right.
America. Because wasn't there a big thing for, like, I don't know, the eclipse or something? Maybe it's New Year's, but you start in Guam, so you can have New Year's 5 times in 5 time zones.
Yeah.
There's some atoll that we own.
Yeah, I
that-
know, he's on the phone.
He has a name. It's Hapa Dave. I mean,
Dave,
come
not
on.
just some atoll.
I think technically they see the sun first in America, but because it's an atoll and it's only for the military, we're not allowed to go there, so it doesn't really count.
What's only for the military?
The atoll, the little plot of island
Oh,
out in the South Pacific. But the real place is Guam, which technically is America.
technically.
Technically, yeah.
What
No
about
offense, Hopper Dave. I consider you America, but it's technically America. It's not America. Do they get to vote?
sort of?
Kind of, but not
See,
really.
none of that works with me. If I say, can you vote? And you have to say, well, kind of. Let me explain. Then the
Yeah.
answer is no.
Then no.
Right.
Hi, Casey in Seattle.
Hi, Casey.
Good morning.
What's up?
How about, I can't believe nobody has said this yet, baseball.
Oh, how did I not say that?
You know, buddy, I'll tell you this, that when we start these things, sometimes I write stuff down so I can have a good one for later. When Sarah goes, well, Danny got another one, and I got baseball. I couldn't believe nobody said baseball.
Yeah.
But there you are, Casey.
Bob in Eatonville, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
We're good, man. How are you?
Good, buddy. How about Oscar Mayer?
Yeah.
That goes with baseball, don't it?
It sure does. We
makes
end
it
with
cleaner.
Budweiser and I would like to say nothing screams America like huge wieners, like the Wienermobile and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
But I'm not sure that we own that one.
Oscar Mayer, Cracker Jacks, Budweiser, and Coca-Cola all at a baseball game.
What about on the way to a baseball game, pulling over and stopping at Cracker Barrel? Oh, that's
Yeah.
America.
That's
That's
America,
fat
yeah.
America.
Stephen, Lake Stevens, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
They named the town after you. That was nice of them.
Yeah.
All right.
How about Mickey D's, the Golden Arches?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And it's funny because you think, is Burger King catching up to him or Wednesday's that catch up? And first of all, no. Well, Mickey D's serves more than anybody else in the whole wide world. But then travel. And for every 10,000 McDonald's you see, you'll see one other hamburger. McDonald's, they got it going on.
Yeah, here's what's so American about McDonald's. They take an apple pie, nothing more American than that, right? Deep fry it. I mean, that's America.
Nothing more. You're Remember the other day we could buy anything in the world and I bought a deep fryer?
Yeah.
You're totally right. Deep fried apple pie.
I was in, I think, Columbia City over the weekend and saw a Burger King. I thought, oh my gosh, they still have those?
Where's Columbia City?
Go down past the White Center and take a left.
Yeah, South Seattle.
And I honestly didn't know they still had them. I hadn't seen one in so long. What about Tori? Is there a product that screams America to you?
7-Eleven Slurpees.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're never served by an American.
Oh,
Still a pretty American product.
Very American product. And a very American thing to hire a guy from another country to work in your 7-Eleven round the clock. And then very American of us to hire that guy and have ICE come in and arrest all his friends in that sweep. Do you remember that the other day?
Yeah.
They raided 100 7-Elevens. That's shameful, man.
Derek, what is a product or a brand that screams America to you?
Everything involving Guy Fieri. Flame shirts. You got the sunglasses backwards. You got the hair with the dyed tips on it, and donkey sauce. What good American doesn't want to swallow some donkey sauce?
You know what? I hate him as much as everybody else, but when he's right, he's right. Everything Guy Fieri is American except his last name. That's my people.
This traffic report is brought to you by Muckleshoot Casino in Renton on 405 northbound between Highway 167 and the Coal Creek Parkway. Seeing some stop and go traffic, about a 30-minute delay. And over on I-5 northbound between Boeing Access Road and Yesler Way in Seattle, also some bad traffic there, looking at about a 20-minute delay. Get ready to laugh out loud on Thursdays at 8 p.m. with LOL Comedy Nights at Muckleshoot Casino. Enjoy a full night of boisterous, joyful, free entertainment inside Club Galaxy. Visit muckleshootcasino.com for showtimes. Muckleshoot Casino, the biggest and best in the Northwest. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
Hey, if you have an elderly parent who still lives at home and would like to remain there, you've probably been through the stress and hassle and nerve-wracking experience of finding good in-home care for them. Well, let me tell you about this. It's ServeWell. What it is, it's a matchmaking service for senior care right here in the Puget Sound area. I've mentioned this many times, but when I'm talking about an aging parent, I'd be foolish to not mention my 93-year-old mom living at home by herself, 10 miles in either direction from my brother and sisters. It is nerve-wracking to make sure my mommy is safe, so I'm sure it's just as big of a deal for you to make sure your aging parents are safe in their own home. Well, let me tell you what we are going to do. I'm going to tell you about ServeWell. They're a caregiver, and their price is so much better because they cut out the middleman. If it doesn't directly benefit your aging parent, they don't charge you for it. It is the way to go. ServeWell ensures that all caregivers are trustworthy and professional, and watching your parents age, well, that's a drag. It's tough on all of us. Let ServeWell help you ease your mind. Check them out online at servewell.com.
This is Tori with your weather report brought to you by Target Zero. We're looking at increasing showers today. We'll be getting highs in the mid to upper 40s, and it's currently 44 downtown Seattle. Drunk you doesn't make good decisions, so make a plan before you party and make sure to get home safe and sound. Let's reach our Target Zero goal together. 0 traffic deaths in your family, 0 traffic deaths in our state. Now back to Danny and Sarah on 102.5 KZOK.
One person was killed and at least 2 others were injured in a shooting in Kent last night, according to police. This happened about 10 p.m. near 240th Street and 108th Avenue in the East Hill area. Police said one of the injured victims was critical. Another injured victim was also hit by a car while trying to run from the scene.
Wow.
Police have not revealed any information about a suspect. And another terrible story making news across the country involves a black man from Kent who was nearly beaten to death after spending the night at a woman's home in Auburn. Prosecutors are pressing charges against the attacker under Washington's hate crime statute. The man's name is Deshaun Horn. He is 26 and a postal worker who is being treated at Harborview for traumatic brain injury.
Jeez Louise.
He has been unconscious since Julian Tuamoga, age 18, allegedly beat him with an aluminum bat outside of this home back on January 20th. Tuamoga is in jail on charges of first-degree assault and malicious harassment.
Now, is it, because I'm not sure. So he slept with some lady.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was that a motive?
This was the brother of that woman,
Yes.
as far as I know, yeah. And so he didn't like this person being at his sister's house.
But did he
and
not
beat him
like
with a
it because
baseball
he
bat.
was black, or did he not like it because he didn't want somebody sleeping with his sister?
He made racial remarks when he was doing the beating.
Right,
so-
I figured that much. But so it starts with some guy being protective about his sister, and I hate this guy from every angle, but then, like, hitting a guy with a bat's not enough. You got to call him names.
Yeah,
Like, there's a limit.
And a witness said that he also said to the sister, "This is what happens when you bring black people around your house."
I bet that's not what he said.
Yeah.
And karma has come full circle for a pair of package thieves. Police have now arrested 2 suspects in connection to a viral surveillance video showing one of the thieves injuring her ankle while trying to run away with a stolen package.
It is awesome.
The
If you've
video's
ever had a
hilarious.
package stolen, and I have,
Yeah.
and this lady steals a package off and doesn't get 5 feet, slips, and it looks like nothing happens to her. She just slips, sits down, and then goes to get up and can't. And I think if memory serves, somebody has to come help her up
Yeah,
and limp
carry
her to
her
the
away.
car. Yeah. Good on you.
Well, the surveillance video shows this all happen, which is why it has become a viral sensation. The man who had to go help her was wearing a Seahawks jersey, and it was pretty easy to see their faces.
Who's his favorite player?
Russell Wilson.
Oh, look what you're doing there, Russ. I call him Russ.
And now, according to the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office, both suspects have been arrested.
Good.
So people were laughing at them, and now they're busted.
Yeah.
Right, good. I was laughing at you. Usually, like, one is enough, but no, I want to laugh at you, and I want you to go to jail. I hate these porch pirate guys, and I don't see what to do about them. I'm looking out the window. There's all the tents of people with no homes, no food, no shelter from the cold. And you go up to, I don't know, Magnolia, bunch of rich white folks, and there's a package on the door. You almost feel entitled, I would think. By the way, you're not, but I can see that with the temptation of stealing that package.
In national and international news, a Maryland teenager has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for plotting a mass shooting at a high school. Nicole Servario is now 19. She was sentenced after pleading guilty to possessing explosive materials with the intent to create a destructive device. Her father turned her in after finding a detailed journal of a plan to attack the school in March of last year.
And she had actual like bomb making materials as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
When police searched her home,
But her dad read her diary. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
I realize you can.
You have to.
But you have to pretend you didn't.
Oh,
Haven't you
right.
seen like the Brady Bunch? What's wrong with you?
No, I never seen
You
the
find
Brady Bunch.
Marsha's diary, you got to pretend you didn't.
All right.
police, when searching the home, found the journal, a shotgun, ammunition, pipes, caps, shrapnel, fireworks, magnesium tape, and fuse material.
Magnesium tape? Where's this kid's shop?
As she was planning on executing this.
And she's getting 20
attack.
years?
Yep.
Wow.
A person collecting recyclables along a road discovered what is believed to be dozens of military ordnances. A total of 38 grenades, 9 of them were live, were found in this area of Maryland. The bomb squad arrived at the scene. They secured the perimeter.
Hey, give me 1 second there. Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
You're walking along.
Yeah.
You find a pile of grenades by the side of the road. What do you do?
Take one and then call the authorities.
See, I pull the pin right where I stand and heave it as far as I can.
Oh, yeah.
I got to see did it blow anything up, because otherwise I'm not even that interested.
Right.
I am so glad you weren't there.
That had been a good time. It had been a little bit. I worry about shrapnel a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, and if you threw it, how do you know where it's landing? Maybe it's landing in a pile of other grenades, and it goes kapow even bigger than the first kapow.
Yeah, that's what you're hoping for.
Yeah. Plus, you're dreaming that I have a way better arm than I actually possess.
Well, they're not trying to figure out where the heck did these come from, and why were some of them explosive? They were still viable, which is a little bit scary.
I think there should be, like, even if they don't work, but they look just like grenades, they should have to be gotten rid of responsibly.
Yeah, I think so.
If you've ever wanted to have a cocktail that could maybe look back at you, there is a new restaurant that is creating a really wild new beverage for you. It is called the Black Margarita. They use charcoal powder to give the drink its dark hue.
And that's good for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have then decided to take it up a notch by putting an eyeball in there. It's eyeball of feral pig.
It's garnished with a pig eyeball.
Pig eyeball.
Yeah. It
So it
seems a
looks
little
at you.
unnecessary.
It does seem unnecessary.
Yeah. And I'm not squeamish around pig eyeballs.
No, there's just, I ate a pig eyeball, but I ate it out of the pig's face where it made sense.
Yeah.
My drink, it doesn't make sense.
This thing is crazy looking. I put it up at KZOK.com if you want to check it out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a drink that looks back at you.
And what does Black Hugh say about all this?
Feral pig eyeball, too. Not just pig eyeball.
No.
You had to hunt
Feral.
that pig down.
It's the cousin of the Will Ferrell pig. It hasn't made a good movie in like 5 tries.
A Michigan woman claims she was battling stage 4 breast cancer and got all of her friends together to help raise money for her treatment. Unfortunately, it can be very expensive, arduous. You can't work. So her friends said, "We are here for you, Candace." They set up a GoFundMe page called Candace Kicks Cancer, raised more than $30,000 in donations.
Yeah?
It doesn't seem like enough to kick cancer.
No, it doesn't. But I think there's an ending to the story in sight.
Investigators started to think something was a little bit wrong. You know, sometimes you're like, "Oh, so when are you going to the doctor?" Well, where is that doctor? You don't look like your hair is falling out. They realized she was lying. The whole thing was a hoax to raise money for herself.
This is why when I yell shenanigans about everything, it turns out I'm usually right. People are just big, lying, hairy dogs.
That or 30 grand was in fact enough for her to kick cancer.
Right.
She's healed.
I don't like her.
Yeah, the investigation is ongoing. They're trying to figure out how she even perpetrated this crime. But I suppose, why wouldn't your friends believe you?
Right. Why would, if Paul came in here tomorrow and said, "Man, I can't believe this. I've got stage 4 male breast cancer," which is an actual thing, I'd believe him immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And he's already bald.
Yeah.
Well, remember, Paul claims he had to go to the hospital to have his spleen removed.
Yeah, my gallbladder. Yeah, that was a nice long weekend. I enjoyed
We
it.
believed him. He could have been lying. We could have set
Yeah.
up a GoFundMe for him. to
Although
help
I
pay.
did send you pictures of me from
Having surgery,
like, in
but-
surgery. I think I might have called into the show while I was under anesthesia.
You could have faked all that.
I could have, I guess, yeah.
It may not be time to party just yet, but tailgates are happening. Tailgate thefts, that is.
Oh.
According to the National Insurance Crime Bureau, or the NICB, tailgate thefts have actually started to go down a bit, but almost 2,000 tailgates are stolen each year from pickup trucks.
Okay, I am understanding this. I thought it's got to mean something else.
What are you doing with the tailgate? that
Well,
you
first of
steal?
all, you're taking it from your Toyota truck and then sanding down those letters so it just says "yo."
Yeah.
Always makes you cooler.
I don't know why people are stealing it for parts.
Parts, sell it, yeah. Didn't you just hear my good friend Pick and Pull? They would never accept stolen stuff. But if you go to Pick and Pull and need a tailgate for almost any truck, they've got it.
And they're generally easy to take off. So I guess if you're looking for a part that you can take off in a minute, a tailgate's one.
Fog lights are another. High school.
Texas is still the hardest hit state, but I would imagine that is also because they have
more pick-em-up trucks.
Yeah, everyone's a truck.
Yeah.
They don't have cars in Texas.
No,
Did you know
let's
that?
give us a lot.
They're all trucks.
The United Arab Emirates have claimed a new world record. Yesterday, they opened the world's longest zip line, 1.76 miles in length.
No way. They're usually measured in the hundreds of feet.
Yeah.
I wanna.
I think you do. It looks pretty amazing.
You'd think you'd lose momentum at some point in a mile and a half.
Why would you think that?
Because
Does it
it's
slope
just too
down?
long of a distance to travel.
But it points down the whole
How
way.
high is it? How high is it?
I
at
don't
the
know. What's that
beginning?
building over there? Oh, the Wiz Khalifa. It starts at the top of the Wiz Khalifa and then
That's
goes
crazy.
a mile point 7.
So this is a brand new zip line in Ras Al Khaimah. This is a
I'll bet they have more world's records per capita than any other place. They're just into it.
Yeah.
Big giant buildings, fastest trains.
Now, this goes from the country's largest mountain peak, 5,000 feet above sea level. For 3 minutes, riders are suspended above the mountain as they glide past rocky terrain.
I guess a 5,000-foot mountain will
do
be
the
high
trick.
enough for you.
Yeah.
That's higher than that building.
That
though, right?
is. It is a lot higher than that.
So I
Wiz
don't think that
Khalifa.
building would have done it.
No, not a chance.
Neighboring
Well,
Emirates.
it depends on how far you want the thing to go. If you immediately point it down, you will never slow down.
But that's not 1.6 miles.
It is not.
Neighboring Emirates like Abu Dhabi and Dubai also have huge zipline attractions, and most of theirs go between skyscrapers.
Oh, see, that's bitching. I just don't want to do it enough to go to those countries. They seem like a hassle
Yeah.
to me. They're just too far and too weird and too foreign.
Are they too far?
Yeah, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 men were arrested at a small airport in England after smuggling over 1,100 pounds of cocaine, estimated worth $71 million. This was one of the largest seizures of its kind. Officers were...
Of course, you do that much cocaine, you're going to have a seizure.
The plane landed in England, and Border Patrol started to think that they were acting a little suspicious. They searched the aircraft and said, because they saw that these people all had a lot of luggage, why do you need 5 suitcases apiece?
Because they travel with my wife? God.
Well, there were no clothing items inside of their suitcases. A whole lot of cocaine, 15 suitcases, $71 million worth of blow from Colombia. They're in
It's a good place
trouble.
to get it.
Yeah. Or so I've heard.
Yeah. When was the last time you went to Colombia? So, of course, you heard. Has anybody here ever been to Colombia? You go to the weirdest places. You ever been to Colombia?
I have not been to Colombia.
I hear it's real nice now that it wasn't, but it is now.
Isn't that one of those places that Matt could eat his guinea pig?
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah. I've been to Ecuador and I've been to Panama recently, but I hear, I think it's Cartagena is supposed to be really beautiful.
Yeah. A lot of it's beautiful, but it used to just be too dangerous to go, and now I think it's not.
You know where we're not going?
Where?
Venezuela.
Yeah,
They
don't
don't
go.
have toilet paper. It's true.
Well, I wouldn't go someplace that doesn't have toilet paper.
Oh, I would go there. I would not go there for 100 other reasons, but to finish the whole thing off, so to speak,
Yeah.
no toilet paper is the thing. I mean, as long as I have socks, but I think that's gross.
Oh. Residents in Bangor, Maine tried to set a Guinness World Record. A lot of people set out to accomplish Guinness World
I've tried it,
Records. Yeah. A lot of times you have the guys or girls there, you know, the people from Guinness have to witness it. There needs to be, like when we tried to break the world's loudest football stadium.
Yeah.
Right.
Guinness was there, right? Well, they all gathered in Bangor, Maine to attempt to break the world record for simultaneously opening beer cans. They were 28 beer cans short and did not break the world record.
How many is the world record?
1,149.
You'd think they'd look that up in the book, like before they
Yeah.
attempt
And you
to
think if
break
you
it.
really want to do it, you hand out that many beers at a football game
Yeah.
or some such thing, and you just win.
I mean, wouldn't you have counted the people
Yeah,
that
I
showed
would
up?
have, yeah.
Very strange. Speaking of beer, I do have a brand new beer blog up at KZOK.com. I went to Optimism Brewing in Capitol Hill, so you can check out my beer blog there, which is proudly sponsored by 210 Brewing Company at Angel of the Winds Casino Resort. Lovely, lovely place. And Border Patrol agents in El Paso have found a 75-foot tunnel along the U.S. bank of the Rio Grande River. They don't think this is something new. They believe that this is a 100-year-old tunnel. They used to do all the negative the shenanigans with tunnels back then that they continue to do now.
Where's this?
El Paso,
Okay.
Texas. They said they once had a thriving Chinatown in El Paso, which had miles of underground tunnels that were used to smuggle drugs and Chinese immigrants from Mexico.
By the way, Seattle's no slacker in that. We got lots of tunnels that were designed to smuggle Chinese people. Do you know the word Shanghai, to bang somebody over the head, throw them on a boat?
Yeah.
That word was invented here.
In Seattle.
Yep.
And Canada passed a bill yesterday that would change the lyrics of the country's national anthem to make it gender inclusive. What do you mean?
That wasn't me. I'm not sure yet, because I heard this last night on the news, and I got really mad, and then I listened to the words, and I went, no, that's okay. But it just would never, some things just have man in the title. You're the postman. Okay, who cares? So you have to be the postwoman, postperson, just who cares? Let's say DJ were, so you're the DJ girl. I'd go, yep, that's me. You don't have to change anything. Because I'm secure in my manliness.
I don't think you would say that.
Call me a girl, see what happens.
So if our national anthem said something about women and not men, it wouldn't bother you at all?
No, what our national anthem does say is something about God, and a bunch of people refuse to say it. And a bunch of people refuse to stand up. All people suck. So I don't know about this one. What are the words?
Oh, Canada. What they want to change are
That
the
part's
words.
okay.
Yeah,
Canada, they're going to leave that out.
In all thy son's command is the way it is now standing. They would like to change it to in all of us command.
Well, that doesn't even make sense.
That's stupid.
In all of us command?
Yeah, in all of us command.
In all thy son's command is present. Well, then, Canada doesn't stand for women. They don't represent daughters.
I've heard they don't stand for women, to be honest. Like a bunch of women walk in the room, nobody stands in Canada. They just sit there.
Why can't Canadian women be sons as well?
Because they're daughters.
Well, in all of us command just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I'm with Paul.
All of you people.
Yeah, at least we're
What do you
people.
mean, you people?
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, a big change is in store from Hasbro, a famous board game getting a crazy change. A lot of people have wondered about the death of a Hollywood star
Angela Lansbury, yeah.
Back in the 1980s, Paul.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, it just seems like almost yesterday.
What was she doing on that jet ski?
Right.
This is not Angela Lansbury, but it has to do with a boat, not a jet ski, and a death in Hollywood. And there is a new twist to that case coming next.
This traffic report is brought to you by Target Zero. Seeing some pretty long delays on I-5 southbound between 220th Street and the Convention Center as you make your way into downtown Seattle. Going to see about a 45-minute delay there. And we're also seeing some pretty heavy traffic on I-90 westbound between Bellevue Way and Rainier Avenue. Looking at about a 20-minute delay through that area. Drunk you doesn't make good decisions, so make a plan before you party and make sure to get home safe and sound. Let's reach our Target Zero goal together. 0 traffic deaths in your family, 0 traffic deaths in our state. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
Hey, are you a homeowner? Did you know that more than 80% of all mortgage holders now have available equity that they could take advantage of? It's true. And what you could do is call American Financing and learn about a cash out refinance. You would have access to significant amounts of money that can help cover costs of, things that you need to cover the cost of, like college tuition, car loans, high interest credit cards. Debt adds up for everybody, and a great way to get around this is through refinancing, but you need to call American Financing. They have mortgage-based representatives that can help you. These are salary-based mortgage consultants that will customize a loan for your needs. They can save you money. Doesn't that sound amazing? You can call them at 206-204-3200. That's 206-204-3200. Talk to somebody about refinancing your mortgage. Call American Financing. You can also go online to americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334. Disney Marvel's Black Panther, a movie that is highly anticipated, and according to Fandango, it is outpacing all other superhero movies when it comes to advanced ticket sales. They have already sold out. They've said that these first screenings will be happening ahead of time. All these numbers are selling out, but they said, let me see, this is 95% higher than some of the other movies that have been coming out in this universe, in Disney Marvel universe. They are tracking this for a $100 to $120 million open.
Wow. It's a big it looks great.
Yeah, it really does. And they're saying it's going to be one of the biggest. I think I've just seen like artist renderings of the character and like.
No, I've seen full-on commercials for it.
Cool.
Here's my question. Is Michael B. Jordan, is that who it is? Has that guy won an Academy Award yet?
I think he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah.
I don't think he won.
Okay. You're never going to get one for playing Black Panther, but that might be the world's greatest actor.
He's great.
Really
He's
good.
genius, man. He's so good. What was he? He played Robinson, right?
What?
He played Jackie Robinson, didn't he?
I don't remember him in that role.
Well, he'd be the only guy in the role.
He was in one of the Rocky movies, right?
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah.
He
Yeah, he was in
One
Creed.
of the newer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Creed.
New one,
He's
yeah.
not a Rocky movie. That's not a Rocky movie.
It's not a Rocky movie?
No.
He was in The
All right.
Wire. That's where he got his acting start.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is just one of the most sought after actors in Hollywood right
Yeah.
now. But they're anticipating Black Panther will be huge.
They were interviewing the three guys. You want to hear something weird that you may or may not know?
What's that?
There's a movie coming out. It's called the 1710 to Paris or some such thing.
Yeah.
It's about those American Marines
Yep.
that rescued all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie is starring them.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing themselves. Yeah.
What a hideously bad idea.
It's Clint Eastwood.
So what? He's 100 years old. Why are they three non-actors?
Well, Clint Eastwood can't play the role. That just wouldn't be
That's true.
believable. So
Well, he might be able to. Well, I shouldn't poo-poo on it because I haven't seen it, but it seems crazy to not hire professionals.
it is odd.
The guy who played Jackie Robinson's name is Chadwick Boseman.
I didn't think he was that good, so I'm glad because I kind of heard my point.
But he's also going to be in Black Panther, which could be why you think it's a similar actor.
Maybe.
They're both in the same movie. When you think of the game Monopoly, what do you think of?
I think of the guy with the monocle.
Yeah,
Well-
Mr. Monopoly.
Yes. I also think of a lot of you people cheating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Of course
sure,
we cheat.
yeah. What do you mean, you people?
A
Yeah,
lot
that's
of
right.
people cheat when it comes to playing Monopoly.
And
Y'all
if we
can't
don't
help
cheat, then
yourself.
we turn the table over.
Well,
and put it on the floor.
I just did that like 3 days ago.
Yeah,
Back
you did,
everything.
I'm
He's
sure.
so mad at me. And she goes, look at that. I got double sixes. And I turned the whole thing over. Pieces went flying everywhere. And I went, yeah, how about now? What do you got?
It feels so good when you do it,
So
and
good.
so shameful like 30 seconds
Yep,
later.
Absolutely. It's like sex that way.
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows people cheat when it comes to Monopoly.
I don't see how. I mean, I cheated Monopoly, and eventually they said, well, you can't sit next to the money anymore.
Yeah, you don't get to be the banker.
Once you're not near the money, how do you cheat?
Well, Hasbro wants to make it easier for you. They are coming out with a new Monopoly, and it is called Monopoly for Cheaters.
It's for cheaters? Like
Yep.
you're supposed to cheat?
You
so
are
if your
supposed to
wife
cheat.
catches you out with Derek, you have to play that version.
In this new edition, there'll be handcuffs included, which will be slapped on the person who's in jail. There'll be 15 cheater cards that will encourage you to do devilish things like pocketing more money from the bank. You are supposed to try to cheat, and there is no designated banker. You have to try not to get caught cheating.
Oh, so it's stupid.
The Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton, Princess Kate.
Yeah.
Which technically she's not called princess, she's Duchess. She kind of surprised people a couple of months ago by having a very short haircut. Short for her. It's like shoulder length. And we now know why. She cut 7 inches of her hair.
Lice. It was head
Locks
lice.
of love.
Yep.
Oh, not head lice?
I'm not sure. It's one or two. It begins with L no matter what.
Little Princess Trust, which is a cancer charity for little girls who need wigs. The Duchess had heard about this, probably from Harry Styles, who did it recently. But
He did?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He did it, and then sent a photo and got over 2 million likes from donating his hair. It's like Locks of Love, but the British version.
Yeah, Amy does that whenever she goes out that long, because it's got to be 8 inches here. I think Locks of Love's got to be 8 inches of hair. Harry Styles had that much hair?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Or was he going to cut 7 inches off something else? Because I've heard stories about that man. I'd make a wig out of that. That's what I say.
You may not have realized he had it because he had a man bun going on for so long.
I like him.
It's hard not to.
I don't know what he does for a living. I mean, he's a rock guy. He's a pop star, but I've never heard him, never seen him. But he seems affable to me.
He acts too, right?
Wasn't
he was in Dunkirk.
He was in Dunkirk,
and he
yeah.
was good. I heard.
Yeah.
It's great.
Again, didn't see it.
Facebook said they are cutting down viral videos as it looks to improve the quality of time spent on Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg said this is part of their earnings release, which just came out yesterday, and showed the company has now surpassed $40 billion in revenue.
Wow.
So they want to help maximize time spent on Facebook. So they are going to cut down on viral videos, show fewer videos to make sure people are seeing what they want.
What about cat videos?
You can still view cat videos, but some people don't want their Facebook page inundated with cat videos.
Well, why do some people get to outvote me? Is it because
Right.
I don't have a Facebook page?
Maybe.
But I want to see cat videos.
That might be part of it. I'm sure with an extra $1,000 you could find a way to get all the cat videos that you want.
Good, because I love me some cat videos. All started with Surprise Kitty.
Yeah.
Japanese video game company Nintendo says a movie starring Mario is in the works.
Just Mario, no Luigi?
Well, it's going to be the same people who made the Despicable Me series. So now some people are wondering, are the Minions going to be there?
No.
Would it be Minions and Mario?
I used to have the really coolest pair of Minion headphones.
Yeah, you did.
And then we moved here, where apparently children's headphones don't work. You have to go buy grown-up headphones.
That's a true story.
I'm very upset by that.
The faces on the engineering staff who lined up to try and repair your children's headphones.
They cost $25. They weren't free.
They said you got these out of a vending machine at the airport.
Yeah, but a cool one.
Right, yeah. It was one of those claw machines, right?
No, I didn't win it. I bought it, Paul.
You put in $20 worth of quarters, and eventually you got it.
I put in $300 worth of quarters and eventually got it.
Back in November of 1981, there was a death in Hollywood. It was Natalie Wood,
Yeah.
43 years old. She was on her family's yacht.
That spawned this joke. Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
What kind of wood doesn't float?
I don't know what kind of wood.
Natalie
doesn't-
Wood.
Yeah.
That was the joke going around. Wow. And then the other thing going around was her husband, the famous movie star. What was his name?
Robert Wagner.
Robert Wagner killed her. That was another one.
Yeah.
And that actor that's so funny with his crazy voice, he was also on the boat with them.
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken was there.
There is a new report out this morning saying actor Robert Wagner is now considered a person of interest in the drowning death of actress Natalie Wood. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's officials want to interview Robert Wagner, who is now 87, about the circumstances surrounding her death.
Oh, give the guy a break.
According to the police, now retired police department investigators, they absolutely think he did it. Now, when it happened...
But they've thought he did it for 30 some odd years and didn't get him. Again, eventually you have to get off this guy's back. He lost his wife publicly. The whole public started making jokes under their breath that he murdered her. And he came back to a good career after that. And I don't think if you got 30 years that you can't pin the crime on an 85-year-old man, maybe you should back up.
Well,
There's some new evidence?
Originally, they had deemed it drowning, but then they changed cause of death just 5 years ago to drowning and other determined factors. Just the language of it means that it can be investigated.
No, it means somebody could have bopped her on the head. She's
Yes.
still drowned. Her lungs are filled with water.
Right. They are now have a special coming out called Natalie Wood, Death in Dark Water, which is airing Saturday at 10 p.m. on CBS.
I'm not even caught up on my Versace episodes yet.
Well, tonight at 8 on Q13 Fox, it's the comeback episode of the most dramatic singing competition show ever. The 4 Battle for Stardom.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching that.
Yeah.
Well, you voted via Twitter, and now some of your favorites are headed back to the stage to fight their way back onto the show.
Yeah, the 16-year-old with crazy hair and too many facial piercings.
She'll be back, yeah.
Yeah.
But will
and
she be
she's
successful?
Genius. No, I don't know. I don't like her.
We'll
but
see.
she's a genius singer.
Yeah, she's great.
You'll have to tune in tonight to find out. 8 o'clock, Q13 Fox. Let's take a look at sports. Sports brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys. If you're facing a DUI, call 1-800-DUIOA, 1-800-DUIOA. In college hoops, WSU was defeated by Arizona 100-72. Next up for them Sunday, Arizona State, 1 p.m. Tonight, the UW Huskies will face Arizona State, 8 o'clock tip-off. Safeco Field will look a little bit different this year, as will all other 29 Major League Baseball teams. They have all agreed to extend the protective netting beyond the dugouts. They will all be ready and installed by opening day. According to the guys at the Mariners, they said this will be a height of 11 feet above field level. The installation begins next month, but will be ready for opening day. And this comes after incidents where fans have been injured by foul balls or bats that have gone into the stands, including a 1-year-old girl who was injured by a 105-mile-per-hour line drive.
I did not know that young lady was 1.
Yes, it's happened in hockey. It's happened in baseball. You know, those are hard, you know,
Yeah.
and if you, we've seen bats go into the stands and impale people.
Edgar Martinez threw a couple in the stands, I think.
I think more than a couple. Thursday Night Football is changing networks once again.
Okay, there's no game tonight, though.
No game tonight.
All right.
The NFL announced yesterday the package will go to Fox for the next 5 seasons. The contract will entitle them to broadcast 11 games on Thursdays, week 4 through week 15, and it's worth on average more than $660 million.
Quite the package.
Are they still going to do those stupid jerseys, though? God, the Thursday Night Football jerseys are just awful.
Like the highlighter jerseys
Yeah.
or the all one color. Yeah.
Color rush.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, Saturday, Danny, you are going to be somewhere from noon to 2. Why don't you tell us where you're going?
I will, because I happen to know exactly where I'm going, and I'll tell you.
That's helpful.
It is really helpful. And it's like a block from my house.
Yeah.
And when I say a block, I mean a mile too, but you could walk it if you wanted to. I'm going to be at the first ever First Mate tailgate. Very excited about that. Saturday, noon to 2. Come on out. KZOK Street Team will be there. I'll be there. The Seattle Boat Show will be there. We're going to play that cornhole game. That's very exciting.
Yeah, lots of games.
I've played that against Gibbons a couple times. Never beat him, but I have practiced. First Mate Tailgate, it's at South Lake Union Marina. Come on out. Admission is free. Get all the details, directions, and parking info at KZOK.com.
You know who loves a good boat?
Every American male.
Yeah.
But I think, you know who likes a good dinghy? That would be because he doesn't like to get
That's
over.
more
Anybody
specific,
can get
yeah.
on a boat,
Right.
but he takes the dinghy, and I appreciate that about my friend Steve Slayton.
Not always his own either. Sometimes,
sometimes he'll
if you
take-
got to get somewhere, jump
He'll
on
go,
another
"Hey, man,
guy's dinghy.
Can I just hop on your dinghy for a minute?" And they say, "Well, you're Steve Slayton. Of course you can hop on my dinghy." Anyway, Steve Slayton's going to be in here just long enough for me to run out of here before he gets here. So let me just take this opportunity. Bye.
This traffic report is brought to you by Phillips Law Firm. A lot of the roadways are pretty jammed up this morning, but the biggest trouble spot is going to be on I-5 southbound as you make your way from Linwood down into Seattle. Going to be about a 45-minute delay. And also on 405 southbound between Damson Road and Highway 908 near 85th Street. Also going to see about a 35-minute delay as you make your way on 405 southbound through there. Auto accidents can happen anytime, all the time. If you or a loved one have been injured in a car accident, call Phillips Law Firm today for a free case evaluation. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.